Yeah, so this is just a quick pop-up live. I'm gonna be dropping the link if people want to come up and chat. That is great. It's been forever. I've really been struggling with finding a time and a space. Hold on. I've really been struggling with finding pause. Close that window down, my bad. I see, I haven't done this in a long time. I feel like I'm a noob all over again getting started. So welcome in. Please feel free to say hi so we know who is in the chat, and let us know where you are watching from. So I'm going to have Nicole Smith is going to be coming up. I ordered some seeds from Baker Creek, and if you are aware of the situation here in Canada, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to order seeds from Baker Creek because they quit doing the free shipping, and it's like $10 shipping, and they'll only let you order, I think, 20 seed packets. It's like a max order because we were getting hit with duty. So a lot of people here in Canada just have not been ordering from Baker Creek in the last few years because of that. And they had some seeds I really needed. And so I decided, I know what I'm going to do. I was already planning on doing a seed swap with Nicole. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to Nicole. And so she has the seeds. She's had them for a while. I've been really slow on getting around to doing this. Hey, Diva, welcome in. How are you? Actually, I'm just going to drop the link down into the chat to make it easy if anyone wants to pop on up and say hi. It's been such a long time. So I thought it'd be fun. I do hauls. No, not seed hauls. I have the one seed haul, and then I won something. So that's exciting. So I'm going to wait till Nicole gets in here so I can show her the giveaway. It's in the cute little box behind me that I won on Valentine's Day, actually. So today I was very busy doing some soil. Actually, I just did a video. It's still wet. Sorry. I just did a video where I reviewed the Fiskars soil blocker. So what do you think? What do you think I'm going to think about it? Do you think it's a yay or an A? The retail price here in Canada, like at Home Depot, Lowe's, and whatever, is $20. I believe on Amazon in the US, it's down. It's like $18 for the Fiskars soil blocker. It's kind of cool. It has 4 compartments on the bottom, or you can slide this thing easily, and then you have one large one. And the size, I would say, about a soil of a solo cup, I would guess roughly. And then the 4 ones are about the size of the 1-inch soil block. So the 2-inch soil blocks I weighed them and everything. Like I did a whole professional video and all of that. Not. I hope not, Nicole. So I've dropped the link if anyone wants to pop on up there, more than welcome. But Nicole is my guest of honor because she has my seeds. And I want to know what my free seeds were from Baker Creek. So yeah, it looks like a toilet plunger. So each one of these is about half a 2-inch soil block. I weighed them and everything. So and the shape's a little bit different. So this is about equivalent to the 1-inch soil block. It is not a toilet plunger, fortunately. It actually worked really well. I can see a use for this, and especially if you don't want to spend the money on the Ladbro ones, which are the price has gone up a lot more since I bought mine. I probably wouldn't have paid the price that they're going for now. But this is definitely a great alternative. So I wanted to show Danny this from Wicked Awesome Gardening because I know she wants a soil blocker, and this might be right up her alley. So my net's wonky at the moment, off-grid running. Or that's all right. You won't see any wrinkles at that. Wait. Nicole is Baker Creek. No, Nicole is not Baker Creek. Nicole Smith Gardening is my friend in Texas who I just ordered my Baker Creek order and had it sent to her house because they do free shipping to her house. And we were already going to be doing a seed exchange. And then that way I didn't get dinged high shipping costs and the duty and all that nonsense here. So, hey, Hooga Homestead, welcome in. We got Wickershire, welcome in. And we got Miss Nicole. Are you ready, Nicole? Thumbs up. Oh, she's eating. She just took a bite. And she's coming on up.
Hi. Let's do this. Man, it's been a wild day. I just need to eat a couple of cheese fries.
I have been all over the place. I went and oh my gosh, I met a lady up on Marketplace this morning for some black boots, some nice dress. Oh, I should have brought them in. They're so cute. I have spent the last 20 years since I've lived in Canada trying to find a pair of nice black dress boots that actually And I struggle because I wear a size 10 and I need a wide calf, but I don't need a wide shoe. And so many of the times they have the wide shoe or they'll have the extra wide calf and it's too big and it's too this and it's all over the place. Oh, hey, we got another party. Oh no, it's going to get crazy now. What? Hi.
Woo woo.
Hey, you guys are snacking. I actually had a snack. Sydney made me a snack. So she got me my water and she had me a bowl of chips and I think I left them downstairs.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, darn.
Oh, well.
The band is finally together. I love
The band is back together. We're putting the band back together.
It's back together again. I will not be on lead vocals.
Me either. We know who's the diva here. Yes.
We can do the backup. Oh, I do a great air guitar though. I could do.
Nice.
Really? That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Especially when we're in the car driving and embarrassing my daughter. So that's great. Hey, Jamie. Welcome in. Hi, Cece.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Cece.
Y'all listening and planting. So I did a ton. I did 2 trays of mini soil blocks, so 240 cells that I planted almost all of them. And then I did another tray with, oh gosh, how many was larger, these size soil blocks. And I got almost all of those, but not the cannas. So I've done like 3 videos. I'm sitting there, I'm getting it all banged out. And then I do my last one for the starting my cannas. And I showed how to cut them and all this and that, putting them in the cups and whatever. And then when I do my sign off, I look up and I hit the return button. So I don't know what's going to happen with that video. And now I'm wondering if I recorded anything today. So
No.
So if you just see like random seedling updates of seeds you never saw get started, I don't want to hear about it.
I'm putting my hand up for a question.
Well,
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were like, I don't know what's going on. All right. Yes, Maureen.
Okay. So Rochelle.
Yes.
Why do you use soil blocks?
Because they're awesome.
Right. Well, number one, like watching, like, I met you last year and watching your stuff grow and watching like your basil just like off the charts. And so I see all this and then I just watched your video of seeing everything so healthy and alive. And it's like, okay, is it the soil blocks? Does that make the difference?
I think soil blocking. So I got into it for a couple of reasons. One, my husband had been doing a lot of research on air pruning and the benefits of air pruning. And so a lot of people switched to the grow bags and all of that. Right. And welcome in Tales Told in the Dark. Oh, I like that name. Welcome in. That's a cool name. Hi, Red Road. Hi, Jamie. Sorry. So he'd been doing, the health of what happens. So what happens is with air pruning. So when you have a root and it hits it hits the edge of a container, that root is going to then turn and just kind of start winding around, right? But root goes and hits the air, it stops, and then it starts to spread out and branch out on that root. And so it's a totally different way of growing. So if you go back, I think one of the very first videos I ever did before I did my channel, I had done a video. So it was the summer of 2020, it must have been. And I spoke and everyone loved it. So that's one of the reasons I started a channel. So I had used the Dollarama grow bags, basically Dollarama shopping bags, because they're like that fabric. And I could get them for $1. And I started all of my tomatoes in it. And so I have a season pulling the tomatoes out. And so the tomatoes that were in other containers kind of had those big, long, winding, vining roots, and they can get root bound, especially if you're doing it in containers like I do. And the ones in the grow bags were just really a much thinner, smaller, finer network of roots. And so what happens is when you're doing the soil blocks, your plant is able to take up the nutrition from the entire soil block, right? Oh. When you're in a container, the roots go to the edge and circle around, and they're really only getting the nutrition from the edge. You are getting, it's just maximizing the efficiency of the soil block because it can just take it from the whole thing, right? And the soil blocks come in different sizes. So I like using the minis, and then seeds I'm starting now, I will probably pot up into the 2-inch soil blocks. So I have to make sure I have room for that. But I start in April. So like sunflowers, I might do in the bigger, these ones, because this is a nice size for them because the seeds are so big. But things like my zinnias and cosmos and those kind of seeds, I do not plan on potting them up before they go out. My petunias, I do not want to have to pot them up before they go out. So I want them to stay in that. And so because they can just use all of the available nutrients in that soil, they're healthier. And because of the air pruning, the way the air comes and flows around, they're less likely to have rot. They're less likely to have any of those issues. So that's one reason why I got interested in looking at the soil blocks. And then I was what is it? Gardener's Workshop. She has a YouTube channel. She does the cut flower gardens and all that. And she was the first place I saw the soil blocking. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was just blown away with the space.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to the soil blocking, I'm using, 48 or 7 and, on a few shelves. So I could only do, a handful of each variety of flowers. I'm only maybe doing 200-300 seedlings in a growing season. Whereas with the soil blocks, I did like over 300 petunias, right? And that's just insane. Like the amount of seedlings that I can do. It's just, to me, I won't go back. I mean, there are a few that you'll see me broadcasting. Sometimes I'm not sure on the petunias if I will start them in the soil blocks or do the broadcast method, just because the seeds are so stupid tiny. But then I pot them up into the soil block using them.
Okay.
Yeah. Cece, you got the same one? Yeah. I am pleasantly surprised with how well this is going. Hey, Danny, welcome in. I wanted you to see this. So I got the Fisker soil blocker. I think this would be worth your while to get. So it's equivalent soil block size. It's got and then they got nice dibbles on the top. So a nice room for the seeds. I could fit a whole pea down in there nicely. And then you can pull it off and then you get a larger one like a solo cup. Oh, and the cool thing about this is because of the size of I don't know what you call it, dibbler. I don't know what you want to call it, but I mean, that's what it looks like. The size of this is roughly the same size as the mini soil block. So I could, instead of potting up my mini soil blocks into the 2-inch blocker, I could pot it up into this if I wanted to, which could be kind of interesting to do with my dwarf tomatoes. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. One more question.
Yes.
So you're putting, because I see them, they're just like in these little mounds. So how do you pot them up into a bigger soil block?
Well, if it's the mini ones, the 2-inch soil block has a square in the middle. That's kind of like a cutout, like and it's the exact size of the 2-inch, and so of the mini, and you just go like it's magic. I have a video. I should show the video. It's Do You Believe in Magic? Yes. It is awesome. Yeah.
So Nicole, what are we eating?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is.
It's called the Hangry Burrito. It's giant.
I would like a bite.
And it came on a bed of cheese fries.
Holy moly!
It's a giant burrito on a bed of cheese fries, and I'm just...
Oh my God, that looks amazing. I think I gained 3 calories just watching that.
Well, I've gained more than that.
Sorry, not 3 calories.
I know.
Oh my God.
I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving. We've been running around all day, and I am just so jealous about the fact that you have you can just go and buy Mexican food. It's not Taco Bell. So that's awesome. Real. Yes. Prepared by real Mexicans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, delicious.
Not fake Mexicans.
No.
Not the fake ones.
Those Canadian Mexicans. These are Mexico Mexicans.
They're the worst.
Good. Okay, I'll quit.
We'll drop the link down in case Danny wanted to come. Oh, and I want to say a good to Miss Maureen Washington. She just hit her 1K subscriber.
Yes. Congrats.
Check her out. Go watch some of her playlists. Let's get her hours. Oh no, we got trouble down in the basement.
Woo!
I was cleaning up down here. You guys are bugging me. There's a lot of water going on, and her pipes are bursted. It's a mess down here.
Oh my God.
What the heck?
How's everybody?
Oh, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We are doing good. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen.
How's my connection? Do I look good?
You're good for now. You are good for now. Okay, here, hold on. I'm sharing my screen. So here I'm potting up.
Here we go.
You got good with the soil blocks. You really did. Really
That's
fast.
it. That's it.
So, okay,
Yeah,
so then
I'll do it again. I'll turn off the music though. It's very dramatic.
She's such a pro now. Check her out.
So they literally just fit right inside. I have a slightly longer video that I did of it.
No, that makes sense, because it's like, you know, I'm just not, you know, my little brain goes and says, okay, it's just a mound of soil. How is it she's keeping it all together? And then how do you pot it up? It's the fact that you make that and then you put it into that.
So these are the 2-inch soil blockers, and you can see it has two options. You can have one with the little dibbler nipple, have it with the square. And I should have sped this part up. Let's go. Let's do this.
That content creator.
Oh my God. This video is really old. Okay. Like this is from ages ago.
Excuses.
This is 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the things
person
we learned.
Going to be critical of themselves is going to be your own video.
Of course. Of course.
No, it's better to watch it all.
But so then there you can see that hole in the middle. And then I do think I get to here we go. Yeah. So the other part was just a short from this.
Right.
And so the only thing is, you know, how your tomatoes, you kind of want to plant them deeper. That's the one thing you can't really do with this. I tried it where I took like a big fat straw and took the soil out and then put it down inside and then pushed it around, and it was stupid. It was
using the system.
Just wait until they get bigger, and then eventually like I was starting my dwarf tomatoes, so probably before I'm planting them out, I'm going to be potting them up again into, I'm thinking, the paper pots. I think I'm going to do the paper pots. So, but here they are, like when you transplant. That's the other thing, is you don't have any transplant shock because you're not messing with the roots, right? So you're just picking up the whole block and you're just setting it where you go. Even when you're planting it outside, you're just setting it in the hole or wherever we're at. You're not pulling it out of a container and dumping it, and you're not messing with it. So.
Right.
Nice.
She has the metal ones. Yes, you do. Hey, G Mama, welcome in. I miss you coming in, Ms. Shirley. Welcome in, everybody. Ecocentric Homestead. Did I miss anybody else? Sorry, I was watching my own video. I still love watching it. Every time I pot up, it's exciting. I love potting up. Potting up is always a nightmare. And then now it's like, boom. What happened to Maureen?
Oh, no.
She have a power outage?
Maybe she has to get a big burrito.
Disconnect.
I know she's got to leave soon. So she has to go for a sound check, she said. So she said she has to pop down at so.
She soul singer or blues singer?
Jazz.
Yeah.
Jazz. Which I think would probably encompass a bit of both, right? Like all of the above. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a huge jazz fan.
Mm-hmm. She's really good. I've watched a few of her things that
I would love to go. You know how much fun that would be? Okay, you know, watch her videos so she can go viral on YouTube and make a ton of money and then fly us all out for a concert.
Yes. On her private jet, yes.
On her private jet.
Is it too early for wine? I don't think it is.
5 o'clock somewhere.
100,000 in fuel per year. Yeah,
actually, it's 5 o'clock here.
Right.
Almost 5 o'clock. All right. So let me know when you want to do the seed thing, or if you want to keep eating, that's fine, because I have something else I can show. I have some show and tell.
I'm not going to keep eating.
Or you're not going to keep eating. I don't know. I don't mind. If you want to keep eating, that's fine.
Okay.
You're just making me jealous.
I mean, it's actually a little bit spicy, so I'm going to scarf that down. And
oh my God. Speaking of spicy. Oh, speaking of, I didn't mean to add that Danny as I was saying, speaking of spicy. Sorry. No offense.
Danny.
Speaking of with the awesome gardening, who I don't know if you guys follow her on Diddly Squat on YouTube for a while. So if you want to know what's going on with Danny, you got to be watching over on her Facebook page. But Danny just got a puppy yesterday.
Did you freeze?
She got a new puppy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is your
face Nicole's in shock.
Yeah.
You're back.
GB, whatever they're called. Guardian, whatever.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
She's cute.
She's so sleepy.
Oh my God, what a doll. So sleepy.
Does she still have puppy breath?
I was just going to ask that.
Oh God, yeah.
I love puppy breath.
I love puppy breath.
Where's Mia?
That new baby smell. New baby smell like cookies.
Oh.
Mia was really excited about her last night, and then she realized, why is this dog where I
She's still here?
Yeah, she's like kind of like, why is this dog not gone home yet? So
surprise.
Yeah, she'll eventually live outside with the goats, but for now she'll be inside bonding with us and all that.
She's a baby.
She's a baby. She's 9 weeks old.
Aww.
So my first video that I filmed today was this little gift box. I don't know. I changed the setting thing on this, and that's probably better. It's a little too close. You can't see what I'm. Little gift box was dropped off at my door today. So there were four lovely ladies that own local businesses, and they got together and they did a Valentine's Day giveaway on Instagram. And I won.
Woo woo!
Whoop whoop. So I'll just go through what's coming up. So this is a tea blend, and it is a red best tea for herbal support for the womb. So that's lovely. It's got real red raspberry, mint, chamomile, and rose. And then it's in this beautiful rose cup. So this is from Mahogany Seed. It's here in Brampton, Ontario. And then this beautiful cup. Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
Ooh.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's nice.
And this one is called I can't remember the name of the business. I looked it up. It's on the video. So I did a video unboxing of this today. It's a really I can't remember. It's got like her name in it and artists art. Hopefully I'll remember it. And then it also came with my own little tea bag, so I can make my own tea, which is really cool. It's like a little
cute
tea bag came with that. And then pen. Sydney must have stolen the pen. You have to see the pen in the video. I don't know why it's not in here. It must be on the table. But it came with a pen and a refillable ink. And that is from Curly Diva. And then this is it's called She X Art. And I've been following them on Instagram. It's going to have a hard time focusing on this. But they do resin work. So this is a lovely notebook with a resin cover, both front and back, with pressed flowers inside of it. So
pretty.
Sydney and I met them last fall, and I'm washed out. Hold on. They did a resin, the Brampton Library at PAMA, which is the museum, the art gallery. And so Sydney and I went, we made little keychains. So I will try to remember to add those to the end of the video. And so I met them there. And then it was about a month later, we were at the Seasons Christmas show, walking through. It was like by the airport. They had a booth, and she's like, "Hey, you guys are at our thing." And I was like, "Oh, hey." So we chatted then. And so she, they use the flowers in a lot of their items. And she said one of the other ladies there that had acrylic also uses flowers, but she uses flowers from her own garden. They have to source some. And I was like, well, guess what? Hopefully I will be able to, I want to dry some and press some flowers this year. So hopefully I will be able to do that and then, give them some and, we can work together on that. So I think that'd be kind of a fun idea or whatever. And
gorgeous.
They make jewelry and little bags and all kinds of stuff. So that. All right. This box. Okay. Randy, like the doorbell rang, I guess I didn't hear it. And he comes and he goes, "There's a package for you." I was like, "What?" "Oh yeah." She had messaged that she's going to be dropping that off. So hi, Dave. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's starting to look like garden. Hey, Dave's for me here. Gardening Chronicles. Speaking of, we got some locals around here. And Dawn Ray B. Welcome in, everybody.
Hey, Dawn Ray.
Hey, Dawn Ray. Hey.
I feel I haven't done a live in so long. It's crazy. I've been missing everybody, but I lost my slot. So Thursday nights at 7:30, and it's like there's like 5 different channels that are on at that time now. So I'm not going to be getting it back. And my daughter and I have been doing these art programs through the Brampton Library, and they're Thursday nights at 7:30. So
right,
that night's out anyway.
That's a good reason to not have your thing, is spending time with it, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's especially, you know, I just it's special time with her, and you know, she'll be 15 in April.
Ooh,
so I got to take advantage of her not minding spending time with her mom. Right, and it's fun. We do different crafts and different art projects every week we go, and so yeah,
it's cool.
Crafts, so. And it's free.
You sew really good, huh?
Thank you.
See,
I had
professional.
my apron. I was working on something. Oh, I'm hemming a dress. Not super exciting. I tried it on. Super excited about the boots, and so the tried on the dress that I was going to wear with the boots, and the skirt is too long because like it touches right at the top of the boot. It doesn't look good. So I cut 4 inches off the hem of the skirt, and I'm gonna have to, and then I'll hem it so it'll look better with the boots. So that's my latest sewing project. That and putting elastic in Sydney's waistband of her pajama pants. That's the extent of like this week's sewing. Yeah. So Maureen, where's this gig?
It's called the Belfry Theater. It's an old church that they've converted it into a music theater, and so or not a music theater, a performance theater. And tonight is Dark Night. So then they give it. This is for Black. This concert is for Black History.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Yep. Makes sense.
Color.
Right.
So it's like, you know, I'm one of
the
3 token Black people, you know, in on the island. So they go, let's get her to do it because there's 3 of them, and one doesn't sing. So we'll choose Maureen.
Do they do air guitar though? Like, you know, this is.
But I might break out and do a little.
Or air. You could do her air harmonica too.
Right. Or you could do the, you know, In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins.
Yes.
I can feel it coming in.
All right.
Actually, I have an audition tonight too. I'm getting back into theater. Whoa, here we go, Rochelle.
Oh Lordy.
I haven't done theater in a year.
It's like riding a bike.
What are you doing for play?
I am auditioning to play the mother in Trail to Oregon, which is.
Oh, okay. Did you do that last year?
I did.
Okay, I thought that.
But it's with another group, and I'm hoping to snag that part again because it was so fun.
Cool.
All right, I just raised your mic a little bit, Danny, so let me know if anyone else is, you know, the sound's off. You were just a little quiet, so I just raised your volume. So
okay.
Don't.
No, I still don't know. Let's see. The audition is in 3 hours. I do not know what I'm singing.
Oh,
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
I'm gonna wing it.
What about Phil Collins? Like, we got some inspiration.
Well, the character has a bit of a Southern accent, so yay for all these, you know, YouTube channels that I get to interact with. It really gets to practice.
That does really help.
But I'm thinking I might take the words from Anybody Got a Map from.
Oh, hey, he doesn't even need an air guitar. He's got a real guitar.
Yeah, I got a real guitar. It's in my
Beautiful.
storage bin though.
I have a real harmonica.
I think I'm gonna mess with the words from Anybody Got a Map from Dear Evan Hansen, make it about the Oregon Trail thing, and sing it with a Southern accent, and maybe that'll stick in the auditioner's mind. I mean, the audition panel's mind.
Yeah,
It'll be a bit of comedy.
Oh yeah, funny is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves a little bit of humor. Oh,
all right. I should officially sign off because I do have to go do this sound check.
Oh,
have fun.
Adios, Maureen, and hey, so everybody. Oh, I can drop your. No, I can't drop your link because you're not in the.
I did share you out to my page. I hope, and also because like when I accidentally came out of drop.
You know what? I just realized I forgot to monetize this live.
I'm
That's not automated. You have to physically.
Every freaking time. It's not
Oh,
automated.
it's annoying.
So angry. I did it last time too.
It should be monetized, and if you don't want it to be monetized, you should be forced to go find that option and shut it off.
They're automatically doing it now on Shorts. Shorts, it used to be like that as well, and it frustrated me because I could never turn it on from my phone. So anytime I did a short, I would have to keep it on private until I could get to my computer to then upload it and do all of that. So
yeah, they're competing with TikTok.
Oh wow! See, I'm not monetized, so I don't know all those ins and outs. So good thing to note. But
so now your videos are almost all when you upload it, you kind of have to go through and say yes, it's nothing expensive. Shorts are automatically whatever. But for some reason, lives.
Yeah, but when I kicked myself out, it was because I was trying to leave a comment to encourage everybody to like this video or like this live. So, but I guess I had to re-sign in. So then it signed me out of, the chat. And then it was like, okay, just forget it. Just say it verbally. Hey, everybody, how about y'all click that like and let's give Brampton Gardner some love and give her some pushes here.
Anyway, kind of stalled out lately. Okay, I'll be dropping everyone that comes up. I'll be dropping your links down into the.
Thank you. Ciao, everyone.
This video.
Great. Yes. Bye.
So there we go. All right. Nobody talk yet. It's not monetized. Don't say anything. It's wasting your words. No. I think I turned it on. There. Page is saved. Gosh, that's so annoying. I did it last time too, and I didn't realize last time until after I was done. And then I was like, well, this stinks. So monetization is on. Awesome.
I think it still doesn't actually count until your live is over, and then it'll monetize the replays.
Lame.
Well, that makes me mad, but oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, there goes 40 cents, right? So.
Oh no.
I feel so bad.
That's the thing for everyone, getting so excited to get monetized. Let me tell you.
It's an incredible amount of pressure to do that.
I've lost money. I got up to $35 and now it's down to $25. It's just like away.
Well, this time of year it's terrible. So
my views. Actually, my last video I was like, oh my god, I got over 100 views. That's amazing. So lately,
But I'm in Texas. I'm still growing things. We're going to be 80 degrees on Thursday. I mean, we're going to be 70 to 80s all week.
Crazy.
Oh,
I'm 20 with snow.
Danny,
yes.
I have something to show you and everyone. I got this from someone in the chat who's been growing it. This is the purple tomato, the GMO purple tomato.
Oh.
Is that the Dragon? Is that Tomato X?
It's Tomato X.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Me either. I'm conflicted. I think I might keep it in the back.
I was just thinking if I did
walk the doors.
Try it, I would be worried about my others. I would definitely
put it in a grow
keep
tent. It segregated so it doesn't cross-pollinate my other stuff. Anyway,
I keep it really far away. Yeah.
It can't. Tomatoes are closed up and they got the little thing in there and the stigma and all the pollen. And once it falls and touches, it opens up and it's all set and you can't spread it around. I'm pretty sure that.
If a bee gets in there, a bee could technically.
Yeah.
It's not likely, but this one I would be worried. I would just keep it far away.
Maybe I keep it in the backyard in the sun.
Maybe on your porch or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the potager is way far away from the house.
Yeah.
CC. I love CC.
Right. Oh, hey, welcome, Annie Knock. How are you doing?
Growing in Texas. She does wonderful stuff down there.
Lives on Saturdays. His timing is terrible for me. Every time I go to, it's just like right in the middle of the day. I usually catch like the last 5 minutes of his live because I call my mom every day at 3 my time. And so that's kind of like right in the middle of his life. So sometimes the conversations, sometimes we don't talk very long. Sometimes we talk for an hour or more. So,
after this weekend, it's going to be in the upper 40s every day for like the next week and a half.
This is the last week of the cold. Yeah.
As the high temperature?
As the high. Yes, as the high.
Hey, Tamara, welcome in.
Our low last night was 17.
No, we got down to 32. 30 hole too. I had to bring my tomatoes inside. They've been on the porch. They made it through 2 frosts, but
I saw that.
I can't even start I can't start anything right now because we're heating 100% with wood. So when I go out for the day and it's 34 degrees outside, and it doesn't cool heat the best.
Yeah.
So my house is regular. If I'm not home, it dips down into the lower 40s in the house. Sometimes the upper 30s. So I got to come home. Start a fire, so I can't start anything.
That's way too cold. Yeah, there's no heat mats that are gonna.
Oh wow!
That would be asking a heck of a lot out of your heat mats. Okay, so we've been in the 20s. We've been in the 20s all week.
Look at these giant
and today it's currently 26. That was our high today. But look at this. I'm so excited because I hadn't checked my weather forecast. Look at that. We're going to be above freezing starting tomorrow. 46, 45.
Saturday.
Oh,
woo, woo.
Saturday.
Like, what are we excited about? All those temperatures are way too low. They're all younger than me.
Okay. These temperatures are double what I'm at right now.
That's tropical weather to Brampton.
Oh my God. I'm like so excited. You guys don't what is it? Don't yuck my yum. Like don't.
I love that phrase. I was gonna say harsh or mellow, but that's my age. Yuck.
Don't harsh my mellow. Don't. No, I can't say that on YouTube. But yeah, like look at this. We're coming up. Yeah, March is looking good, but that doesn't mean like we've still had like terrible snowstorms in March and April. Like
ew.
I know it's stupid, but if this makes you sad, you don't make you feel better. Oh, the Fairbanks forecast.
19 is the high.
Look at this, and they're dropping back down to 3. Last week they were at minus 45.
What?
And you have this in Fahrenheit, right? Not in Celsius.
And that's Fahrenheit, yes.
And that's Fahrenheit. That's dumb.
So my parents are in Anchorage, so that's why it's clickable, right? Like their weather is actually very similar to ours. Sometimes they'll dip down and have like some cold spells, but other than that, they're very similar to ours because they're right on the wall. So their forecast, get out of here. Enough with the pop-ups. And then you can't even see where the little X, it's down there. Stupid. So look at there. So they're 41 tomorrow, but Monday it's big 16.
No, I'm going to stay in Texas, I guess.
Yeah. So my parents are in Anchorage now, but they were from Fairbanks, and so I still have family up in Fairbanks, so I always keep it because they complain about how cold it is, and I'll be like, yeah, well, I can always check and say, well, at least you're not in Fairbanks because it's way colder up there. So
how come we're not allowed to steal the Canadians? Like we're all buddies and friends up and down here. You should be able to come across it's only 100-meter stretch, no fence, no wire, no wall. You could just walk across.
Well,
come meet us. We drag you down here.
They do. They are. That's happening. That is happening, and we don't know where to put everybody. There is a major
people from the U.S. are crossing up and over that are not U.S. citizens. They're illegals that are going and keep going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've got a lot. And the problem is we're already in a housing crisis, and like.
Yeah, nothing's affordable.
Nothing's affordable here. There's nowhere to put them, and so the government's putting them up in hotels.
Oh, that's going to do great for
Niagara
tourism.
Falls. Yeah, they're putting them up in hotels, and it's like $100 a day plus food. Like it's just, and how do you raise a family? A hotel, not too far from here, by a big mall complex, and when the weather's decent, you'll go by and you'll see a bunch of kids, parents outside and a bunch of kids just playing in the playground, and it's not a place where why there's a hotel there, to be honest. I think it's just kind of spill over maybe from the airport, and there is like a convention center nearby, but that they're refugees and they're living in a hotel room, and a lot of them have kids, and it's like, how do you raise your, it's just, it's a horrible situation. But it's just, I don't know. And no one seems to know what to do about it. So
Well, the border walls down in Mexico and the United States, if you get captured, you get jailed instantaneously till they process you. And you can spend months and months in jail until they find out how threatened your life is. And if you can't explain or show that you're not in that dire situation, you get sent free bus ride home. You had fun walking.
Oh, no, not here. No, not here. Here, you cross the border illegally, and a lot of the places that are like known to, there'll be police officers there, and they will literally give them a ride to the local wherever. So very accommodating. Yeah. Hey, Nino and Lo, welcome
Canada. Hey, want some poutine? We bring you over.
Yeah. Come get your poutine.
Yes, baby fries, great.
Fortunately, Darren's not in trouble for not saying poutine. Only people from Quebec say poutine. The rest of Canada says poutine. So
get my phone. Yeah, that's how we say it in at least in New England.
In Boston?
Boston.
We say poutine.
Don't do that, because I shook that accent. I lived in Boston.
Oh, no.
Years we lived in Boston? 37 years. 37 years, and I get near somebody like her and I start talking like this again. It's very easy to snap back into.
I mean, you see my channel name. If I say it in my native Bostonian instead of Wicked Awesome Gardening, it's Wicked Awesome Gardening, kid.
Yes, Wickershire Project.
Wickershire?
A lot
Where is
of
it? Wickshire.
Wickshire.
I don't care. As long as it's what it is, what it is.
At least it's not Worcestershire.
We're running a campaign to help out that company to relabel their stuff Wickershire sauce, so everybody can just say
it's
it
nice
and easy.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah, it is a lot quicker.
Yep. Wickshire. Yeah. Hey, Darth X, welcome in. Hey. It's nice to see everybody.
Worcestershire.
I feel like I'm at like a reunion. It's been so long.
And so
I'm not having to tap. I can just talk. Type. Because I don't have as many typos when I'm talking. Everyone always makes fun of my typos.
Your typos are epic and awesome.
Oh, they're awful. My phone hates me so much. My fat fingers. It was funny. I was in Bland's Promised Land Ranch live a couple weeks ago, and Eric always has to make fun of whatever my typo is at the time. And so she was talking about board games, and he's like, I don't like playing games or board games or whatever. And then I type something into the chat. He goes, this game I like. Try to figure out what Rochelle said. I'm like, shut up. And it divulged into the fact that I probably have man hands. So whatever.
Lord mercy. Yeah. That escalated. We have seeds.
I
know. Show and tell. You can't just, show.
Okay, so these are my seeds.
These are Rochelle's seeds
that Nicole has been holding hostage. No,
for months. At least 2 months, I think I've had them.
I ordered them before Christmas. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just taking me this long to figure out what to swap with you. So.
The camera down like that.
I'm very excited. So that's their new envelopes?
Yeah, well, this is one of them. I think mine was different. Yours is a little bunny with the cabbage, giant cabbage.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I'll make sure it comes to
you. Ooh, look at that dragon fruit.
Woo. Oh, wow. That's nice.
Are those viable?
That's juicy.
Yes. I think they are. Yeah, I've got some. I'm gonna try.
What do I do? I don't want to think about cactus.
Bag of dragon. Oh, it's dripping. Dragon fruit pulp.
What do you mean it's dripping? Explain dripping. What did...
Well, literally.
Her bag is soaking wet. It drips.
Yeah, and that stinks.
What did you do wrong, or is that you did something right?
You need to dry it out first.
Yeah.
She said it's dripping.
My friend gave it to me in a bag. It's been here for like a month. Smells
Open
horrible.
it and smell it. Come on, do it for me. Come on,
please. Yum.
It's not that kind of channel.
You know what? I'm down. Okay.
It's not that kind of channel.
Look, my girl, let's
go viral. Let's go viral.
Let's go viral with Nicole.
Welcome to the Brampton Gardener channel. Watch Nicole.
If it makes money,
do you need a puke bucket? Do you need a puke bucket?
Here.
Okay, look, they come in these cute little pouches.
How do I get the names off? Like everyone knows who we are. They're blocking.
What happened?
Cool. Did you try it? Taste it?
Nope. Sorry, that was rude. I'm trying to get the.
Oh, my name down.
Yeah, I'll eat on camera. I don't care.
I thought I could do that without a. Nope. Hopefully, no one's getting car sick.
You gonna have any?
No.
Nope.
Okey-dokey.
I thought I could take the names off, but I guess not. Oh well.
Well, it's easy.
All right, you got a little thank you card. Nice.
Aww.
And here's your packing list. I'll make sure all this comes.
Hello, I'm alive.
Okay. So,
Hello, Danny's kid.
oh, you got some pretty things. All right, we're going to go through the first sleeve here. If I can take it out gently. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, so we have a Pandora Poppy. Where's my camera? There.
Okay, how do I make you big? How do I make just you big?
That burrito. That's how.
Where's Jesse? I don't know how to do the layout. All right.
Anyway, there's the Pandora Poppy.
Oh, that's
I put it right in the dragon fruit juice. Never mind. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Please don't get them wet.
Oh my gosh, you got some good stuff. All right, I take back what I said earlier. I may steal a couple. This Tip Top Rose Nasturtium. Isn't that
This is the whole reason I had to order from Baker Creek because I went nasturtium nuts last summer. And these are edible, so we're sure you could.
Those are so pretty.
You could justify it. They're edible.
Yep.
You can eat
Here's
them.
a Senia Cosmos.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
You did well. You did. I didn't even know they offered that. And then a Viola. Lovely. Very pretty.
Ooh, probably gonna have to wait till next year for that.
Those are pretty.
Definitely. You got the Free Seed Merlot.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's
It's a
sweet.
pretty one.
Headless lettuce.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Merlot because of the red coloring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dee. Welcome in.
Ooh,
Dee.
ooh, okay. And you got Hens and Chicks Poppy.
I've been wanting those.
Very
I do well with
pretty.
poppy, so I've been really wanting those.
I'm sensing a color palette that is a favorite of yours. Here.
Well, you know what? A lot of the seeds I started apparently went with an apricot theme as well. So apricot and hot pink.
And the hot pink beauty amaranth.
Ooh.
That's gorgeous.
That's stunning.
And
We have a
amazing
natural
gray-
red type that grows here.
Oh wow.
Nice, that's beautiful.
Oh,
I've grown
amazing
this
great.
one.
I've grown those before, and then I saved the
Mhm.
seeds from them, and then the next year they were weird.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was me or they crossed or whatever. Hey, welcome.
Hey,
in.
Dee. Hey, Petunia Superbism Giant Rose
Heck yeah,
theme.
gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, this
Is that
Tamarillo.
the same one you have? The go back the petunia.
Superbism Giant Rose.
You had a really pretty petunia, didn't you?
Me?
No, him.
Oh, Wickshire?
Yeah.
I'm not showing that. She'll get jealous. I'll go
Okay.
get it if
Oh.
you really want to see it.
Oh, it's okay. I just was wondering if it was the same one. I knew it was similar. I'd seen it.
No.
And then you got
This
this
looks like
Tamarillo
dessert.
dwarf.
I'm
And
so excited about the Tamarillo. Yeah.
All I can picture is that hippie guy just sucking
No.
off the plant.
Absolutely
With
not.
his butter teeth.
Absolutely
No, that's my
not.
boyfriend. I love him.
I
Okay.
cannot stand him.
Mr. Butterteeth.
Burns my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Mr.
giving
Baker Creek.
cult, commune, hippie vibes, and
I'm about it. I'm here for it.
absolutely not. Hard pass. I cannot
Flower
even watch.
pie.
I will commune with him. I will
Bell
commune.
bottoms.
Okay.
Oh,
Tie
I
dye.
can't. I cannot with him.
Making art out of mud as you roll together in it.
Oh.
Baker Creek really went out on a limb with that guy.
No,
like
they
they made a choice.
They went out on the right limb.
Tamarillo is not a tomatillo.
It's not tomatillo. No, it's a Tamarillo.
Hello.
A dwarf Tamarillo.
Which I've never grown before and hadn't really seen it, but then I saw it on the website and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So
Apparently it was
here, let me just let me pop it up onto the screen because
Well, that's good.
I can do that now. Where's the screen?
This tastes healthy. I don't know how to describe that. It has a healthy taste.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, and I
Yeah,
just
we-
made the picture smaller. There we go.
Let's
So
put it
it
in
looks
the
like
bowl.
this, but you can like make jam and stuff with it.
Is that what
What
that is?
did I do?
Mm-mm. Yeah, just go back.
I figured it out. It tastes like a kiwi.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does it? Okay.
So
I'm
look,
it's
growing
like-
something
this
that.
is why I bought it because I saw this right here. I saw a jam.
Oh, okay. I'm growing the Zimbalo melon pear, And it looks similar to that, but it's green and stripy, and it's supposed to taste like a kiwi. I wonder if they're related.
The jelly melon kind of tastes like a kiwi as well, like a kiwi banana. This says it's fully ripe. Each fruit is a deep golden orange, very sweet, fruity, tropical flavor with overtones of pineapple. They're superb for juicing, which would probably take a gazillion. Pies, preserves, whipped into smoothies, or eaten out of hand.
Yum, yum, yum.
There you go.
So it looks like it needs it hot, though. 75 to 85. So.
I'll just keep them.
We'll hope for that in the summer.
And then you got the nasturtium purple emperor. I'm telling you, you and your pinks. You're gonna have a lovely garden.
That's gorgeous.
And your last one is your free Datil Vicious Heat. That's all I remember when I see the
called?
Datil.
Datil?
It says it has vicious heat.
Are you sure it's not cattle?
That's a horrible way to describe a pepper.
It says 100 days to maturity, blazing hot, blunt little 3.5-inch fruit, ripens to brilliant orange yellow, vicious heat, complex fruity flavor. I don't think you're going to taste the fruity flavor with that.
I don't know if you'll taste anything after that. It says it's a renowned pepper originating from St. Augustine, Florida, and the spiciest, hottest, most delicious hot pepper wings I've ever had were in St. Augustine.
Really?
Florida. It was so hot, I was like getting a rash around my mouth as I was eating it, but they were so good. I wonder if they were using these.
Probably. I'm going to take 2 seeds.
The heat is habanero. Okay.
Heat is on.
But the flavor is more complex, sweeter, and more fruity. Oh my God, I almost killed the family today. I was making my Guyanese fried pumpkin. And so I did like the onions and the garlic in the pan. And then I dumped in the gira, which is toasted cumin. And it hit the oil. And then I had dumped in 2 Scotch bonnets. Oh my God, we were coughing.
Scotch bonnets.
They were small, so I went with 2. Oh. And like we were choking, we were coughing. It was puppy. We were like, I had like turn on all the fans, but it was 20 degrees. They opened the doors. Randy was worried about Dexter. He's like, "What are you? You're gassing us." I'm like, "I know." Ooh, sorry. So next time he goes, next time you do that, maybe make sure you can like open a window or something first. But yeah, and I don't know if it was so much the pepper, but it was the spices. I remember it was a few years ago, we were doing a job and the lady was in the kitchen and she was making some Indian food and she was just dumping these spices into the oil. And I just started choking. Like I could not breathe. Like it just,
it's real.
And I like eating it, but it takes a while to get it down, right?
I'll be washing out jalapenos, just getting the rib out and the seeds. And just from having it under the running water, I start choking. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, you could just get a spoon and
oh, you met him at the early expert. Don't tell him I said anything.
Cosmic cherry. Ooh.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's a dessert.
So Enoch met the guy. Do you remember his name? Does anyone know Baker Creek commune guy's name? I can't remember. I don't know. It just gives me such cult commune vibes that I have a hard time with it. I will say.
Hey.
All right. Sorry if I've been ignoring people in the chat. I apologize. It's more citrus.
More citrus. Yum.
This morning at Home Depot, I got marked down plants, 2 azaleas and a Paris japonica for $3.75 each. Oh, I bought some at Canadian Tire, 2 Dracana. They were small, and then another like indoor plant for $1. They're tiny.
Nice.
I went in and I bought some. I went there simply to buy this really pretty blue Piketty Morning Glory, and they didn't have it. And so then I had to buy some zinnia seeds instead. And then I saw these plants, and so I'm walking out. My husband's like, "You're gonna have to buy some of those, aren't you?" I'm like,
"Mm-hmm." Ooh.
Ooh.
I just have some of that.
What is this?
That serious blue sage.
I just planted some. It's salvia. It's not edible, I don't think. Don't let the sage fool you, I don't think. I know, but
okay, I had to ask.
I think all the salvias, though,
are they edible? It's not sage.
Used for tea, but I think for tea. You can use most salvias medicinally, not for your, Thanksgiving stuffing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Now I know. I won't forget.
It says it's edible or not.
Like I said, in my last video, gave Rochelle a shout out, and I said, welcome to Wickedshire Project. We'll teach you everything we know here and share. But when it comes to flowers, good luck to us. The person you're going to want to see is right here in the description. That's Rochelle, the Brampton gardener. That's our flower lady. Go there, because I can't help you.
I do love me some flowers.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I do love me some flowers. And no, it's not saying anything on here about it being edible, so I don't know. But I don't touch sage anyways. I can't.
Why?
Lovely, absolutely delicious pumpkin.
I love sage.
Ravioli and a brown butter sage when I was pregnant. And I got so sick. And to this day, I can eat a lot of other stuff, but to this day, that even just thinking about sage right now just makes me want to.
Hey, Roxana.
Cannot do it.
Nicole.
Hey, Gina, welcome in. And then we got Roxanne coming in from Soil and Margaritas. We got Casings, 55. We got a party up in here.
Hey, so there's been like a controversy going back and forth with the Baker Creek Purple Tomato. They put out a statement.
What is it? What is it?
They said that they did testing, and they're saying no, we pulled it because we could not confirm that it didn't have GMO components.
Yeah.
They can't prove it.
They can't prove it.
They say that they did not know. And so that when,
because they had said, oh, it was a supply issue. And as soon as I saw them say that, I was like, BS.
I was waiting for them to put a statement out.
Yeah, I was wondering.
So, yeah.
What is it, Michelle?
They're not saying it is, but
that is coleus, and it is a absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
She knows.
It was a quiz.
You don't trick her.
So I wonder if their supplier got contaminated. I wonder, who told, how did they even get involved with this purple tomato, Baker Creek?
Well, from what they're saying here is they were monitoring the development of the Purple Galxey over 3 years in a country that does not allow for GMO crops and should have been free of contamination.
Oh.
After the 2024 catalog was released, they were still conducting testing on it, but then they were contacted by Norfolk for about a patent.
That makes sense. Yep.
Your tomato has some of our tech in it, and they're like,
And they put it on the cover.
Yeah, they were developing it in a country that supposedly doesn't allow for GMO and shouldn't have.
That was sloppy.
You can't trust anyone.
That was sloppy to put it on the cover when you didn't have control.
When you weren't done, yeah. Well, now that cover's a collector's item.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so Norfolk says that Purple Galxey might have been derived from its tomato.
Yeah.
And is suggesting that Baker Creek test for certain genes, and that will tell them if it's been contaminated. So, so their supposed open pollinated tomato was possibly cross-pollinated with that GMO tomato.
I think this GMO one is also open pollinated. It's stabilized.
Accidentally.
Yeah, well, the whole Terminator genes in there where GMO seeds won't sprout or whatever in the second gen, that's not a thing. That's a myth.
Yeah.
So GMOs will absolutely cross-pollinate.
Oh, the urban gardener is going to be interviewing the woman who developed the Norfolk tomato.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, cool. That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one to watch.
And if you hang on a few months, I may have seeds for you, okay? I'm just saying, I have the plant right here. Oh, anyway.
She had the plant.
That's not a sign of
hopefully those
ominous. But yeah. I'll say.
See, I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with that tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's crossed with snapdragons, right?
Yeah, snapdragon.
Are not
purple snapdragon.
Edible. Really? Are they edible?
Well, it's
supposed
the
to be.
gene that they're using. The gene that they're using to produce that deep purple to the all that anthocyanin production that makes
all
it
the way
purple.
through.
So it's
all the way through.
It's a super high. So it should be an actual super healthy tomato. For me, it's the economics around the GMOs that really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it 100%. So
if you're eating restaurant food, if you're eating processed food,
well, exactly,
you're eating
it. Yeah, but contributing to it in my garden, it just feels a little. It just feels.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like eating.
Yeah, we're getting.
It's like eating the cloned animal, like
like that lab meat, that lab grown meat.
Not the lab meat, but like like a cloned dolly or something, like having cloned mutton. I don't know.
It's unnatural. You don't like it. It's not very unnatural.
Yeah, and to me, it seems a little unnecessary.
Sure.
Like
absolutely
the time and effort and everything that went into that. How about we just get one that like resists splitting, or how about we work on one that like resists damage from bugs? Like it seems to me that there are better things to be doing if you're going to go the route rather than just the color. Like I don't know, right? Like it's pretty,
right?
I mean, it would fit right in with my color scheme, but
it actually would.
So
you plant by color scheme.
Sometimes. That's why I don't plant marigolds.
All right, I actually
like that color of marigold, and it's funny because I don't mind nasturtiums that are that color, kind of that orangey yellow. They're not my favorite, but I don't mind them, and I don't mind I like cannas, and I like the hot colors from like tropical looking plants. But there's something about that goldy marigold that to me it's just like it reminds me of, I don't know, it's like our old 70s couch.
It's like the 70s.
It's just so then I tried growing, because it's supposed to be good for plants and repelling stuff. So then I tried growing the vanilla marigold. Well, the vanilla marigold just goes brown.
Hey, is Enoch in chat?
Brown.
Who?
Yes.
Is that Enoch?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Enoch. Yeah. Oh no, are you fangirling?
Yeah.
I think that's what that was.
I think he's fangirling, yeah. So is that the Baker Creek one, Nicole, or that's the other one?
No, this is the Norfolk one. This is the one from the whatever that place is. The purple, what's it called? Just the purple tomato? Is that what's on the package? I think it's just called the purple tomato.
The purple tomato.
But yeah, it's not the Baker Creek one because they never released theirs.
How did you get your hands on that? Did you buy this? You grow that from seed, or did you got a plant?
I got it from CC's Texas Garden, who got the seeds from an undisclosed source.
Ooh, that sounds pretty. Now I think mine are the French vanilla marigolds.
I have the Kilimanjaro. I don't have good germination on that one.
I just find that they go brown. They just
what's in the baggie there? What's that? Is that Kilimanjaro?
He's got a little dime bag of something. Well, not anymore. That's like a 1K bag, but whatever. Not that I know.
No, I don't know.
Where have you been, my lord, in your younger youth?
I'm so innocent.
Come on, this is so common. Everybody has this.
It's too close. Are those little marigolds?
I didn't know we were doing a quiz. Sorry.
You've got 100 Shire points. You losing. It's got 100.
Roxana knows.
Sorry, I didn't realize we were talking about marigold. I thought you were showing us your marigold seeds, so I didn't realize we were supposed to guess. My bad.
Yeah, marigolds. They're so. I mean,
they look like darts. They look like darts.
For anybody, I mean, what do? You let the head drop. It bends over, it browns out before it hits the soil. Pinch, pull, throw in a zippy. You're done. Easiest flower seed to do.
You were going with that story for a second. Thank you.
All right, I have to go.
It's so good to see you, Danny.
Good to see you, Danny. Good luck with everything. I can't wait to see your new kitchen.
Yay!
And a new video. Randy asked the other day, hey, has your friend with the trailer done a video recently? We're sitting there watching TV because he knows Nicole does videos all the time. And he said, what about the one with the trailer? Not in a while.
Not in a while.
It's so funny now. Dexter, as soon as Nicole's music starts on her videos, Dexter has to whip his head around. He recognizes it now. He's looking for the puppies. Yeah, so he's gonna love Astrid.
All right, I'm gonna go cook dinner and then run out to my rehearsal and try to figure out what song I'm singing before I get there. So
break a leg.
Bye.
Bye.
Rochelle called me out for fangirling. I was. I was like, I know him. I love this guy.
Hey, wait, that's Cool. It's okay. The first time Roxana came in my chat, I was fangirling.
Raspberry plants. I've never grown raspberries.
I have no idea. I haven't grown raspberry. I don't have a big enough yard to devote to raspberries because I hear they're kind of taking it out of hand. My neighbor, my friend up the street has a big one, but they never get any raspberries off of it because. So then I was like, well, why don't you put a net on it? And she was like, So
you can do that.
So I don't know. Last year I didn't bother, so maybe this year I'll go over and maybe it needs a good pruning, and we'll go and prune it down, and then maybe put a net on it so somebody at least can get some raspberries. But because I was gonna collect some raspberry leaves for tea.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was gonna do last year, and I just never got around to it.
Oh, that's a money plant.
Money plant.
Yeah.
I tried growing those and they didn't work.
Mine didn't work either. Mine died before they flowered.
If you can't grow them, I'm just going to burn the packet if you can't grow these.
Well, that was before my soil blocking days. That was back in the day. Back in the day. I don't know. Yeah, does anyone here grow raspberries? Do they have any varieties?
Roxana is in soil or acidic sandy soil.
Zone 5B.
Ooh. Chile.
She's the same zone as me.
Oh,
unless she got boosted up, I don't know. Because here in Canada, no one said anything about our zones changing. So
I got boosted.
The only time we find those are near rivers, near the banks, the sandy banks in Massachusetts. Find raspberries there, and they're only for like 2 weeks, and then the deer and birds gone.
Oh, she did change.
Oh, she went down.
Getting warmer.
Cece went down, and she's south of me.
That's weird.
I know. She's a little cold pocket. I'm now 9A. I was 8B. I know, Deanna.
There's some sassing going on in the chat.
Sass.
There's some sassing going on in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, no, like we don't even really like Canadian. They have their own system of zones here. And it out of sense, it's much more comprehensive. It takes into account your climate, so not like just your lowest temperature, but your climate, your kind of temperatures, your ranges, your moisture level, like it. But when you're buying seeds and plants that are all rated to be U.S. zones, then the Canadian zones are kind of pointless.
Just ate like 500 plants.
Because I could be like a zone 7 based on the Canadian one, but it's like if I order seeds that are zone 7, like or plants, when according to the US and what the plants are rated on, I'm a zone 5B. So yeah. Oh man. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah. Oh, we're back to the dragon fruit. Oh, he's eating that good. Now, could you just put those seeds right into some soil or first and then plant them?
It's a cactus. So yeah, I would say soak them in water for a few days. If there's any fermentation or bubbling at the top of the water after a couple of days, you're probably safe. And then that should get the coating off them, the gel coating. And they won't be protected. They'll start to sprout. Put them in water, and then just the words chitting. Chit them. Chit.
Potatoes.
Chitting.
I bet these are fermented. I'm gonna bet.
I'm gonna chit chat.
You should wash them out. How long have you had them for?
Like a month.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put the whole thing. You know what? I'm busy. Do you see all these seedlings I've been growing? They've
already got their roots going and they're growing. They don't need you. The lights are there. Don't make excuses.
I just had to put all that
that
up.
bag of mush needs your attention. Full of excuses.
I'm full of excuses.
She's full of it.
I'm
She's full of something.
full of this. I'm full of that ding dang burrito.
I wish I was full of that ding dang burrito.
I was eating the giant burrito.
Oh my god, that looks like, oh my god,
delicious.
I have a foodgasm just watching that. Oh my god.
Oh well.
Yeah, food porn, burritos, giant burritos.
Oh my god.
Chicken and rice every
spicy.
night.
I'm gonna finish it after this because
my mouth is watering.
Let me ask what we're having. What are we having tonight, dear?
Well,
we're having spaghetti tonight.
Again, nice to see you here.
Meatballs.
Nope.
Nope. I haven't been sick.
You haven't been sick yet. Nope. Knock on Formica. Formica? I don't have anything wood in here.
There's some wood derived products in there, I'm sure.
Maybe. A little bit. See? I don't see anything. Nope. I got a lot of fabric.
See.
Look at it. Look.
Okay. The top of the plant is less sweet than the bottom. There's more sugar as you go down towards where the stem comes in.
That's what she said. Mm-hmm.
Or am I wrong?
Is this an after dark chat? Do we need to postpone this till later?
Guisado? Is that how you say it? Guisado de res with arroz?
Oh, wow. Yum.
That sounds...
I'm going to go with guisado.
Delicious.
Guisado?
Guisado.
Guisado?
Guisado. Gui or ghee?
Gui?
De res.
Guisado?
Oh.
Oui?
Thanks for the reminder. I know, I'm starting to get a bit of a French...
Wait, look.
Guisado.
Enoch, what do we do with the seeds, man? Do I just put them in water? Oh, it's dripping.
I watched a video on YouTube where the guy just put all of the seeds into a container of dirt and put a lid on it and
just set it and forget it.
And set it and forget it. And when he opened it up, it was
overflowing. The most laziest gardens in the world have these stupid successes, and then there's the people that buy all the chemicals and they got all the grow lights, and it's inside of a Sherman tank where the wind can't get at it, and the germs and disease, and they've got airflow filtration blowing in the carbon monoxide so it has enough to breathe and blowing the oxygen out, and then everything's wilted and not doing great. And then you got the idiot that just stick it in a tin can with some dirt, put the lid on it and some tin foil, opens it up, look, they all sprouted.
Always.
Or the people that just throw the seeds out. Oh, I just throw them in the garden.
Oh, they're growing out there. You should see. I'll bring you around and show you.
I've never had that happen with poppies.
No.
Now my poppies will self-seed, but only if they drop their own seed. If I go and try one of these newer varieties that I got and just sprinkle the seeds, they will not germinate out there. I germinate them in the winter sowing containers, though. They do great. But I know I'm hungry too. We had an early lunch because we didn't really have much of a breakfast. We just had fruit and
wait.
Well, I had okay. So I'm torn how to pronounce it. So everyone says kefir, right? But it's supposed to be kefir.
Kefir.
Yeah. But I don't know how to say kefir without sounding like a douche. Like it just feels
German.
so pretentious.
Yeah.
It's like IKEA. Instead of IKEA. It's
IKEA.
IKEA.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
They're wrong.
For a guy who was from Germany and he was pronouncing it IKEA.
No.
And that is tradition. That is the correct Swedish pronunciation of it. And so I'm talking to him and I was so confused because I'm like, if I say IKEA to him, it sounds like I'm correcting him. But if I say IKEA, it was awkward. So I just kept saying that store. I couldn't bring myself to say it one way or the other. So yeah, I can't bring myself to say kefir until it starts catching on more. But then if I say kefir, people are going to correct me in the comment section.
It depends on what country you're in.
I want to start making kefir water.
Ew. Mm-hmm.
Not gonna go.
It's like Nikon Zit or Zoot or Z.
Or Zed.
Zed. Well, here in Canada, it's Zed. Yeah.
Is it Zed?
They say Zed. I remember, so when Randy and I, when we first started dating, I asked for his card. And so I needed the postal code. And so he said Zed as one of the numbers. And I was like, what the heck is a Zed? Like, what are you
That's
talking
the last letter of the alphabet.
Like a true
Weird
American.
countries.
Like a true American. I'm like, what the heck? And so he repeated it. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Zed. You know, Zed.
He goes, you know, Zed, like the letter? I'm like, no.
Zed.
But then they sing it here. And they sing the alphabet song and they say ABC and then they sing it X, Y, Z. I'm like, it doesn't rhyme. It doesn't rhyme. You have to say Z.
Yeah. X, Y, Z.
You say Zed. Next time, won't you sing with me? What? It doesn't rhyme.
Some of you sing with Ned.
It bothers
or
me
Fred.
So much.
Or
she agrees with her. Winter sowing poppies right now. Awesome.
Yay.
I'd like to grow poppies. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Hey, welcome in, Johnny. Howdy, folks. I did drop the link if anyone else wants to come up and join this
get the potty.
Crazy crew.
Moss curl.
Ooh, curly parsley.
It looks like it'll grow here. It looks like it's healthy. Like, oh, it should do fine.
I think I have some curly parsley, but I haven't started.
Where are you, Wickshire?
Where are you?
Well, I'm
behind you.
I'm near Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we're Central Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Right near the river.
Oh, pretty. Oh man.
Actually, my cousin lives in Tennessee.
The cute name is called Sugar Tree. I live in Sugar Tree. Be jealous. Sugar Tree. Be jealous.
I have friends that live in Tullahoma.
That's a great song. Shake the sugar tree.
I have friends that live in Tullahoma. I've been to Tullahoma. It's near. It was so funny. So we went to visit them, and he offered us something to drink, right? And they live like really close to the Jack Daniels. But he's like, oh, sorry. He goes, I don't have any Jack. He goes, I don't really drink much, so I didn't know what to get. So I just got this bottle. I hope it's okay. And he pulled out a bottle of Dickel. And I was like, that'll do.
What's Dickel?
I prefer Dickel too.
What?
I actually have a Dickel keg, like a little Dickel now and then. I have the
pause.
I have the ornament, a Dickel keg ornament.
Oh, lights are back on. I have my timers way screwed up.
He's out with the cattle right now. 1, 2, 3.
I have very bad selective hearing, so I don't tell you what I heard.
Oh, she's gonna be in Nashville. Nice. Okay, go eat hot chicken.
Tahlequah, Oklahoma. I used to live in Durant and Calera. I know where Tahlequah is. That's awesome.
Oh.
Nicole is always misbehaving, Deanna. Because Nicole's been drinking. Okay.
I've been drinking a lot of water.
Huh?
I did a lot of water.
Counts, bubbly. I got both.
Mm-hmm. I have my fruit water. I just put some orange peel in there.
CC.
We love Canada so much.
Oh, Canadian Dry.
Oh, Canada Dry.
That's good with saltines.
Michelle, does this exist up there? Is this an American?
It actually
BS
does. Yeah. We have that.
Okay,
That's one of the things. That's not a farce like Canadian bacon.
Like Swedish meatballs.
Or Swedish meatballs and Canadian bacon. Yeah.
That you get at IKEA.
That I get at IKEA. Mm-hmm. Actually, for some IKEA, because my mom's side of the family is Norwegian.
Oh, okay.
So the food's similar. So I like to go there and I get my rye crisps and I get my pickled herring because the pickled herring comes in all different flavors. I like the dill one and I like, and I don't like the pickled herring
all the way
because the pieces are too big, too much. Like I can't eat that by myself.
Yeah.
And then the chunks are too big. I like smaller chunks. I don't want like it's a half a fish in your mouth. Like no.
Wow.
And so it's too much work to chop it up and everything. So
they had a toucan that had
it broken off. It's been a while. Enjoy our drinks. I know. I feel like I should have a little something in mind. Enjoy your evening and your seedlings are looking beautiful. She went the bootstrap farmer way, so her grow room is gorgeous.
Oh my god.
So colorful.
Nice. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I have to misbehave. I'm actually less obnoxious when I drink because I'm like I tone it down because I'm like aware. I'm worried.
No.
And I do not like feeling like anything a buzz. Like I don't like it. I don't like it.
You like being out of control.
I have like a taste of drinks, and I enjoy, having a cocktail. I enjoy gin. Gin's my favorite. I enjoy that. Martini and all this and that, but I just don't like being
drunk.
I don't like that feeling at all.
I don't like being drunk either, but it happens.
There you go. Just for you, Cece. Just for you. Speaking of all this water, I'm going to just pop down for 2 seconds. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk amongst ourselves.
So I am a lightweight drunk. If I get drunk, I'm extra rubby, touchy, friendly, and then I pass out and end up face down on anybody's lap. Can't drink.
Good to know.
No, it's not good. Just gotta stay away from that stuff.
I just have my wine. I don't drink heavy. I do have it every day mostly.
So what's behind you and everything? What's all in the?
Oh my gosh, so many fun things.
Oh yeah.
Mainly peppers right now, but this first right here with the really tall stuff, I have tomatillos. So that first
tomatillos.
Huh?
What type of tomatillos?
I have the purple tomatillo. Oh, hold on. I have purple. I have the Grand Rio Verde, and I think I have a strawberry tomatillo. So I have 3. Right now I have 3 different kinds of tomatillos, and then a bunch of peppers, like hot pepper. Oh yeah. I don't have the pineapple.
You don't have the pineapple.
I have the pineapple ground cherry. But that's different. I guess ground cherries are similar but different, because I have a strawberry ground cherry and then I have a strawberry tomatillo.
They all look the same. They got that paper on them.
Ground cherry.
But I don't know if they're sweet.
They're related, yeah.
Yeah.
Are sweet.
That's not expensive.
And where are you located?
He's in Tennessee.
He's in Tennessee. She's in Texas. I'm in Canada.
Tennessee. Originally from Boston.
Yeah, I'm via Florida, Oregon, Alaska.
Bella.
Oh, sounds good, Christine.
Damn.
Yeah, I just did all my cool flowers today. Cool Flower Hill Farms video on cool flowers, and I was like, oh, right. Normally, because I was so late starting my seeds, normally I have more of a gap between when I do my early seeds and then when I got to start kicking up production. And so then also I was watching her video. I was like, oh crap, I got to.
It's time.
We're in week 8. So yeah, we get started. So I got everything that needs to be started until week, I think 11. So I have like another breather, which is nice because it gives me time and space to, because I only have the 2 heat mats. So I kind of like to do and space them out. But starting my cannas, so I got them all nicked. I and some water.
Is that a tomato medley of seeds?
Is that a mix?
Wonderful.
But it makes me want to plant the whole bag and hope everything comes up so I can seed save.
You have to. And I'd be mad not knowing what it was if I got a good one. Like, what is it?
Oh, yeah. Well, then you just name it.
There you go.
You just save it, or you do what I do, and I just wrote yummy yellow tomato. I did that on my.
He hates that.
I had no idea what plant it came from, and I had like 3 different yellow tomatoes that year, and I just harvested everything, and one of them was really, really good, and I'm like, I am saving the seeds on this one.
So I think you have to wait. I think you have to wait 1 year. Grow it.
I still struggle getting like good tomatoes that I'm like, oh, I can't live without this tomato. Like, I think especially the last few years, it's not hot enough here for me. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
We had such a mild summer the last 2 years that just my indeterminate tomatoes, just like the beefsteaks, Mortgage Lifter is always reliable. It's not like the most flavorful, but it makes a beautiful tomato sandwich. Amana Orange, especially on the ramshackle plant that I put over at the neighbors and neglected all season. It went bananas. Hey, welcome in. Well, we are now that Maureen left, so no.
Nah.
Welcome in, Storms.
Hey, Barry.
So I don't know how the water tomato. The picture looks amazing. So I'm definitely going to be doing the Amana orange. I might try the peach orange again, just because last year I finally got one that kind of ripened up, and it tasted good, but it was a really slow one. And then, so I'll probably always do, because it always does well for me, and they come in at like a pound and a half to 2 pounds. Like, they're huge tomatoes. Chocolate cherry I will always grow. Hopefully Nicole will remember to send me some sun golds, because I still have never grown sun golds. Can you believe it? Nicole. Sunrise bumblebee. I think I have seeds for something like that. Jane from Jane's Garden Adventures or something like that sent me a ton of tomato seeds a few years ago. And I think there might have been a sunrise bumblebee. So maybe I'll try that one.
I just got those seeds started, Deanna. I almost forgot to start those. The sunrise bumblebee.
Yep.
I only got those going.
Okay. Can you like hold it together there, Wickershire? Just hold it together, okay?
Hey. How are you all doing?
You get a screenshot this?
You sound like a girl. Hey, Enoch.
Hey, awesome to see all of you guys.
Hey, welcome in.
Yeah. Been enjoying the conversation so far. Thought I would jump over here and jump in real quick.
Seedland.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm actually hot and flushed. That's stupid.
You're blushing.
Should we give you guys a minute? Should we just...
I'm hiding it though.
You're hiding it so well. No one will ever notice.
I'm red.
Never notice.
He's famous. His numbers don't reflect who he is. His numbers do not reflect him.
No. Yeah, that is kind of true. I will agree with that. I don't know about famous, but I'll agree with
infamous.
Infamous. That's right. Infamous.
He's so famous. He's infamous.
Slacking on him. Slacking big time.
Hey, Miss Lady from Ladies Farm. Welcome in. How are you? I feel like I'm
watching his stuff is like sitting with a family member, like my brother, and just hanging out and just watching, just comfortable. It's just good info, solid. It's relaxed. It's not like my stuff. My stuff is a complete train wreck.
Am I even subscribed? The Urban Gardener. Let me make sure, because
Oh yeah, I'm slacking here. I've got to like drop my own links. What the heck?
You don't have any mods in the chat?
I don't have any mods. Annie was my mod, but she never pays attention either. I can't complain because I am like the worst mod. The only mod I do, the only modding I do is if someone misbehaves, I will block them. But I can't be bothered to drop links. I'm lazy. So.
All right, I just subscribed to you. You check out your stuff.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta.
Okay,
in fact, that's kind of what I've been busy all this last week or two, and especially today, is doing a lot of work up for what'll be our upcoming season of our show. So,
nice.
So we're lining up some really great people and stuff.
Okay, no pressure, Johnny, but you're right. I should add at least someone in here, and you mentioned it, so don't feel you have to drop links. Oh, I have Nightbot, so if you type in the word link.
Nightbot.
I know, but I only use them for links. So let's see if Nightbot's going to work tonight. Sometimes I forgot all about it. Maybe not. Maybe Nightbot's not listening. I haven't done a live in so long. Nightbot's probably like, who the heck is that?
How dare you wake my ancient soul from slumber,
exactly.
mortal.
I'm going to have to like go on in and
Yeah, I'm
like
really
Nightbot.
Lucky to have a really awesome moderator for our live streams. He takes care of all
Jay?
that stuff. Jay, yeah. I just mentioned something, and a couple of seconds later, he's got a link for it. So I love it.
Wow,
nice.
Yeah, fast guy.
Yeah,
it's good to have a brain like that.
He's on top of it all the time. I love it.
Yeah, Jay's actually not too far from me. Maybe one day we'll meet up.
Go get the camera and film. Go shake them down.
Here in Ontario. You know what? I was really hoping that the Canada Blooms would be back this year, but it's not. It's like the big garden show that they do here in Toronto every year, and it's.
Yeah, I just missed out on one of our biggest shows for the U.S. is up in Seattle. Just happened this last week, the Northwest Flower and Garden Show.
I went to that years ago.
Yeah, I've been a few times. Just wasn't able to make it this year. Really bummed out though too after I saw all the really cool stuff they've got growing on up there this year. So,
did he say growing on?
Yeah, he did.
Growing on. It's growing on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that like a dad joke or gardener joke? Like,
I learned that one years and years ago from John
thing.
Kohler when I was watching John Kohler's videos many
I
years
love
ago.
John Kohler.
So he always said growing on.
My God.
He always said growing on. So I just kind of adopted that. So it just happens naturally anymore.
It's in my intro, Rochelle.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Like I don't.
I'm
see
talking
that
to people
because you put out more videos than anybody.
I've been slacking lately. Been busy.
It's like, how do I drink? I don't know how to even drink. Not drinking it with Nicole.
Well, I think I love you too.
We're sitting there drinking my coffee, and then Dexter gets all excited, hoping to see more.
He loves my girls. Mm-hmm.
He does. He loves her dogs. He goes nuts for all the dogs in the videos.
Yeah, I love that you've got a dog named Dexter. I have a cat named Dexter.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That name belongs to like every murderous show on Hulu and.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
my daughter named the cat, so that's exactly where it came from.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely jumped the shark. I didn't even watch the last 2 seasons, but the first few seasons were
of Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
They were amazing, I have to admit. And I'm not usually into that kind of stuff, but it was just so well done. But it was so suspenseful. So you go to I could not watch more than 2 episodes at a time because my stomach was just in knots. I would just be so stressed out that this guy's going to get caught. I would just be freaking out. So I was like, no, we're not allowed to watch.
Season 4 was epic, man. It had that was like that was probably the pinnacle of the whole show was when they killed off his wife or girlfriend.
That was so awful. I hated that. Hated that.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't go watch it. You've ruined it.
Now you can't go watch it.
Ruined it.
Anybody watch The Walking Dead?
Oh, believe me,
no.
There's so many layers of that show. It's hard to ruin it.
I think I watched.
Yeah, you haven't missed, but it was so well done.
Oh
yeah, I still have a hard time watching anything with John Lithgow.
Oh yeah,
why?
I love him,
sure.
but oh my God,
you got to see season 4. You got to see season 4.
I was like, Terms of Endearment was awesome. What did he do to you?
Yeah, Lithgow showed a completely different side of himself. That's for sure.
It was so well done, but so creepy. So creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. He really pulled that character off big time.
Yeah. I'm thinking Dexter might have to, for Halloween, have like a little name tag. Little blood splatter,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, he just dropped. Oh, Johnny. Like, okay, take a break, Johnny. Go have a drink. Have a chill. Once you dropped everyone's names, you take a break. I don't want you to happen to feel like you got to do this all night long. No. Get your grow on, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Unless you like, well, we've learned that we can't pronounce some of the things that we can grow from seed either. So
tomatillo.
Oh yeah.
Tomatillos. Have a few varieties of some.
Have fun with those tomatillos. Have you grown tomatillo before?
Some Asian vegetables that I cannot pronounce. Yeah, Johnny, take a breath.
No,
yeah, tomatillo is one of those ones you got to be careful with too, because it will spread and get everywhere.
Okay, good. It's like a ground cherry then, because my ground cherry just went.
My neighbor grew tomatillos across the alley from me several years ago, and for 2 or 3 years after that, we had them growing all over the neighborhood.
I don't have to buy seeds again. Okay.
Up and down the alleyways, everywhere. Similar like sunflowers. You grow sunflowers, and in the next year they're popping up in places you don't even. You're like, how did this happen? How did it even get there? And tomatillos are very similar to that. They get everywhere. And in fact, they grew wild for a couple of years, and then it just kind of stopped. And then I dug up a whole area of the alleyway
and it had a whole bunch more that next year that just popped right up just because I stirred them up.
You disturbed the seed bank.
I stirred them up. Yeah. I love tomatillos. They're great. If you like salsa verde, yep, really good.
I've never grown them because it's like you have, more than one plant, and you have to. And just for me, space wise, I don't know. It's like how many do I have to actually get enough to? And then a few years ago, it was like the end of season, and Walmart has like their racks with like the discounted fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
And there was this huge like 5-pound bag of tomatillos in there.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, score. So I came home and I made a big batch of salsa verde, and
yeah.
So good.
Definitely their ground cherries though. Ground cherries. I end up with so many green
tomatoes. Oh,
live in a holler. I can't do The Walking Dead. I can't. I couldn't get through the first season, and I'm like, nope, I can't do zombies.
It started a little slow, and then you got to learn who the crew was, and then you got so loving and attached to some of them, and then I can't swear here, but they they chop off the heads of characters that you just are so bonded to.
I did hear about that. I did.
I don't like that. I do not need gratuitous violence.
I can't do zombies really at all when it comes down to it. But Walking Dead, I can't. I don't know why, and I think it's more like what Wicker started saying there is that it's all these characters, the story development, all these sort of attachments you make and stuff through the story itself. So I was able to look beyond the zombiness of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good show if they can have you look beyond that.
Yeah, because I can't do zombie stuff.
I don't like them killing off people. Like I get mad. Like we were watching the Monk TV show, Monk.
Monk.
Yeah. With a movie. Like in November, like whatever. And so when the person dies, because spoiler alert, someone dies. When the person dies, I was so mad, and it's at the beginning of the storyline.
Real anger.
And Randy's like, "You don't even know them. How are you this invested?" I'm like, "I know, but still, person." I was so mad.
It's great writing, good writing when you get attached to things like that. Not only that, not only good writing, but the character development the actors make and stuff too is really what
the 23 days zombie.
Make it as
the kicker was they killed off 2 at the same time in the same show. 2 of them. They knocked both of them down.
Like Game of Thrones.
You didn't have to wait
killing people.
You didn't have to wait till next week. They knocked one down, and in 15 minutes, they chopped the other one. When you were done crying, it might be, man, I'd fight a bear. I'm crying in my pillow. I'm weeping. No. And then they do a second one right after 15 minutes. I shut the TV off. I was like, they're wiping everybody out. I don't even want to know who the new cast is.
Yeah, that's rude.
I get attached. Yeah, no. Yeah. And I don't like if it helps with the storyline, that's one thing. But if it's just a needless, I don't like when they just needlessly kill off people.
Just gratuitous.
They're
Linwood Bard reading a couple of Linwood Barclay books, and they're well written. But in both of the books I read, they just were like, there was no need for that person to die. Like one of them, the whole thing was over. And it was like the epilogue.
It's called writer's block. Right. What do I do now? We'll just pull up something.
The heck? Why did that person have to die at the? I was so mad. I'm like, I'm never reading one of these again.
Yeah, shows can definitely do that. I mean, that was a period of time where that was just kind of the new thing, was the surprise kill off of characters and stuff. But then all of a sudden all shows are starting to do it, and it becomes too much, in the long run when everybody's trying to do that same thing.
Johnny's having some number trouble.
28 days, I think.
Yeah, no, I've never, and I'm not into fantasy type books. No, I don't like fantasy.
I love spicy fantasy books. Those are amazing.
Give me some Tolkien any day.
Tolkien's good too. Not very.
And I love Outlander. The book series. I've read all the books, and I love Outlander. And I'm kind of mad that they put it into fantasy category because it's. I mean, I guess it's time travel, but it's not
back in time.
I mean, it's not like weird characters and magic.
it's not like fairy fantasy.
No. Yeah, not like fairy fantasy, right? So. Yeah, so I'm not into any of the I've never watched Lord of the Rings, or I'm not into Harry Potter. I'm sorry. I just can't. But Like I grew up like in reading. Like I grew up. I read every Tom Clancy book. I read every
have it.
Robert Ludlum, Nelson DeMille, Robin Cook. Like I was into all those like thriller, espionage.
Yeah, those
style.
are good.
Yeah.
That's what I like to read.
Like,
not.
Did you read through 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, I was fixing to say that's my kind of jam. Okay. I'll tear that book up.
Made for women.
My husband,
the writing is
my guilty reading pleasure right now is the Reacher. So
I love Jack
Reacher. Yeah.
Very
good. Child.
Yeah.
I like Lee Child.
Good stuff.
Every time we go on vacation, that's the only time my husband like reads a book, and I get him a new Lee Child every time. He gets to read a new Reacher every time we go.
Yeah. Like so that they had the second season of Reacher that came out, and as the first
I still haven't seen that show.
Yeah, so as the first one's finishing up, I'm trying to do all my research, figure out, okay, what's the book they're going to base the next one off, and then immediately at the end of the second season, I'm like, okay, next book, what's the next book for the next one? And it took them a while to actually announce it, but I finally just got it actually just a few days in the mail, so I'm looking forward to that. Although now I have to wait for the show for a whole nother year or so to come out to see how they adapted it. But
I hate that.
This also means that Rochelle is not a Harry Potter fan whatsoever.
Oh no!
Look at her! Look at her!
Yeah.
Look at her!
Again, right next to Tolkien. All of my Harry Potters too.
God. Rochelle, did you have any joy in your life growing up as a kid? I'm just curious.
Okay, well, I grew up reading Nancy Drew. I'm all about like the mystery.
Drew's good.
That's good. Yeah.
I was addicted to Nancy Drew, and then my aunts, like my mom, she's the youngest of 5 girls, and then she has a younger brother, and they are all into reading, and so they read a lot of the Regency romance, like not Harlequin, but Regency romance, where like Jane Austen, that kind of thing would fall into it. So it's basically all these, like poor governesses who fall in love with the crabby, moody, father and whatever. So I was reading a lot of those books. The first novel I remember, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I think I read that in grade 7. That was like as an actual novel.
I have that, and that's on my reading list.
I absolutely loved it. Like it blew me away. And it's, this young girl is the main character. And then I watched the movie. Yeah. And the movie character, and they changed so much of so I was in grade 7 when I learned the disappointment of what happens when they make a movie based on a book and ruin it. I was so angry. I was furious.
Where's all the potatoes?
So I read a lot of that, like Georgette Heyer, Mary Stewart. Love Mary Stewart. My parents were extremely religious, conservative, Christian, fundamentalist cult growing up. So Mary Stewart, there were a lot of Mary Stewart books I was not allowed to read because she went off kind of in a mystical. I actually did read after I left. I read Merlin. So she wrote, I think it was a trilogy about Merlin, which was actually fascinating. I did enjoy that. So yeah, I started reading the Mary Stewarts, but definitely more into like the whole mysteries and all this and that. And so I was reading a lot of these, kind of cozy or fluffy books.
Yeah.
I was in grade 9. My uncle gave me Apocalypse Watch by Robert Ludlum. And there was no going back.
Yeah.
Once you've read one, Robert Ludlum, I just devoured them after that. The whole Bourne series and this, all of them. So I read Robert Ludlum, and once he like quit writing, and it was like the ghostwriter, they're awful. But yeah. So I read those, and then I got hooked on Robin Cook and Nelson DeMille and Justin Child. I love those. So the first book it's 2 authors. It's not Richard Preston. Oh, I also love Richard Preston, who's a great author, and I love Lee Child. But then these books are Preston and Child, but they have different first names. It's very confusing. But they made it into a movie, Relic. So it is.
That's a good movie.
There is some weird stuff going on. So Agent Pendergast, and then there's so many in the series. The new book's out. I think there's I don't know how many are in the series, but I do love that series. Yeah, I kind of like just the police procedurals.
Rach, any Blackadder in your life? Watching Blackadder?
Oh, I love some Rowan Atkinson. Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, she's human, folks.
I'm human. Thank you. No, big on the comedy. I grew up. My uncle, he used to record Blackadder when things were rotten. I don't know if you ever heard. It was a sketch. It was like basically the Robin Hood and the Merry Men. It was like a British. It was called When Things Were Rotten, and so it was like a spoof of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So it was really stupid, but it was funny. And then I watched Fawlty Towers.
Oh,
and, I would come home from school, and if my parents weren't home, which was a good thing, I would be watching Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, okay. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
And the young ones on MTV. That was some good times.
Oh, my parents were home.
80s.
My sister, I wasn't allowed to watch Saved by the Bell. She thought it was
Oh no,
it was inappropriate. So it's funny. So I would have to sneak it, and my parents were like, "Oh, my sister told my parents." She was such a prude, so she told my parents it was inappropriate, so I wasn't allowed to watch it. And then it was like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, my mom and dad are watching TV, and they're laughing. They're watching. They're like, I don't know, but there's a bunch of kids in this high school, and that's Haley Mills. I'm like, are you freaking telling me you're sitting there watching Saved by the Bell? I was so mad. And they're like, oh yeah, pretty good. I'm like, I was not allowed to watch this, and they're like, why weren't you allowed to watch this? I'm like, you tell me.
By the way, I love Haley Mills.
Oh yes. She was in the episode of Death in Paradise.
Oh,
this week. She was acting.
I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The Trouble with Angels. That's my favorite Haley Mills movie.
Oh, that's a great one.
I love that movie.
Haley Mills was one of those people and characters or actors that when I was younger, it took me a while to figure out that they're actually older than me. I'm watching all these movies.
Yeah.
She's like my age. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's actually like older than my mother, kind of thing.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, I love her. I'm like totally like
love her.
This
I'll send a letter through the mail, and she'll find me, and she'll love my letter and marry me. More busy.
I was so in love with Haley Mills for a while there.
Oh yeah, we grew up. I always loved Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
Yes.
And a few.
What's better than one Haley Mills?
He did.
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great show.
I was gonna say, I just looked up here too that tree grows in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I got that book this last year because I have had this tree I've been growing, and it just kind of like volunteered out of a pot that I had years ago, and it's just been growing and growing, and I've never even thought to even look it up, check out what it was. It just kind of grows and dies off each year and then grows back each year. And then finally this last year I decided I'm going to look it up. And it's actually a tree called a tree of heaven. And when I figured that out, I'm looking up so I'm looking into it. And then that's when I discovered the book, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, because that's the tree that grows in
Tree
Brooklyn.
of Heaven. Yeah.
Is a tree of heaven. Yeah. That I just happened to be growing out in my garden area without a clue what it was for all these years too.
That's cool. Did she just? Hello. Just like up
out of here.
I'm out of here. Bye.
I really get some chapstick, man. My lips are chapped.
Spicy burrito.
They're all quoting Monty Python. Help! I'm being repressed. Come and see the violence inherent in the system. Help! My folks call me a big nerd.
I was on someone's live not too long ago, and they were talking about food and cake and options and whatever. And I just cake or death, and nobody got my cake or death reference, but whatever. That's an Eddie Izzard sketch.
Eddie Izzard, yeah.
If you watched his stuff, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's
and anything's funnier with the British accent.
Character.
Yeah. Bring out your dead. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. He brings this really unique brand of like intellectual humor. And it's just interesting to hear him go on some tirades about things.
Dead soon.
My daughter had all her friends over on Saturday, and so I pulled out Taboo, the board game. Like, well, it's not really a board game, but if you remember it. Like, it was popular in the 90s, and I've had it for years. And they've never played it before. If you haven't played it, it's like Password. So you have a word at the top that people have to guess, and then there's 5 words below it that you're not allowed to say in order to get them to guess it. And so the word was hamster, and all I can think of is your mother. But of course, no one's gonna get the reference. So it was hard, like me, because like I had some things I could reference, like with my daughter, but then there were 6 altogether, so there were 4 other girls, and all the references I wanted to say, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get these. Oh, they're not gonna get these. So, but that was fun. Bye, Johnny. Thanks so much for popping in. Nice to see you. Thanks for all your hard work. You really put in the
look. Is there somebody else up top there we can talk to?
Yeah. Now Jamie's saying goodbye. Adios, Johnny. Yeah, he's out there with them cows. Must be nice and warm. You guys are all making it sound warm. I'm like cold in the office.
Warm.
I'm just excited it's going to be warmer tomorrow because my daughter, she walks to school, so they take the bus when it's cold, the city bus, but otherwise they can walk home when it's nice out.
I got another one. Yes, my son. All this will be yours. What? The curtains?
She's got huge tracts of land. Oh gosh, I haven't watched that in a long time. I still love the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. That's probably my favorite part of the
What? The rabbit? How about you? Run away!
My son used to wear a shirt in middle school that said, I fart in your general direction. That was his shirt to wear anytime we went anywhere public. I'm like, thanks, Devlin.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, welcome in, Garden. So and
Hey,
so.
Robin.
Welcome in. Oh yeah. Well, it was funny. So years ago when I was living in Florida, I was staying with my friend, and she had 2 kids. And her son was about 10 or 11 at the time. And we went to Blockbuster to pick out a video.
You're really aging.
It's been a minute.
It was a tape video, VHS, not a CD, people.
No, you had to roll. It was VHS, wasn't it?
And yeah. Actually, at that point, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone? Oh, okay. Here, Darth X. Where is that comment? Hold on. Nope. There was another comment I just saw up over here, but I can't find it. Monty Python. Nope. Where is it? And Ned Boylan. Where is? He said, "Did anyone read?" And Ned. Mr. B. No, I can't find the comment. Hold on. Sorry. Now, I think that she's the one that wrote the series Mallory Towers. Am I correct? Because my daughter is a series. They've started filming. Season 4 is out. Like every other year they come out with it. It's really, really well done, and it's about a group of girls at a school, like going to, what's it called? When you send your kids away to go to school.
Boarding school. Boarding
school.
Takes place like in the 50s or something. I can't remember.
Finishing school.
Well, it's not really finishing, but it's boarding school, and it's called Mallory Towers, and she absolutely loves it. But it's based on her books. Hey, welcome in, Glenda. Hitchhikers. Oh my God, I did the Galaxy.
Saw that last month. I watched Tommy.
Yeah. I read that when I was a teenager. That's been a day or two. Yeah. So what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. I got distracted when I saw
boarding
that.
Schools, girls in boarding schools.
Well, before that, that's what I got distracted with that. Yeah. So my friend's son. So we're at Blockbuster, and we're trying to pick out a movie. The ones they wanted to watch, we couldn't, and so we picked out Monty Python, The Holy Grail. We went home and we watched it. And her son proceeded to watch it 4 more times that weekend.
Learning the verse.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of thing, yeah.
In Monty Python. Yeah. So she was like, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So after that, anytime I would be on the phone, because I was in Boca and she was in Orlando. And so I would go and visit them every so often. So, but every time I was on the phone with her, talking to her, he would have to come in the, offensive comment based on Monty Python. So it was so funny. So he was really hooked on it. And then it was quite a few years later. Her ex-husband took him to New York and they went and saw it on Broadway. So
oh, that would be fun.
And everything. Nice. So she had to send me a picture. He was like, yay. So I was so proud. I introduced him to Monty Python and his obsession with them. So
well done. Well done.
Yes.
For community service.
Yeah. We should have known Johnny would have to do the counting part. The number of the count. No more, no less. Yeah.
You do that so well.
Thank you. I've watched it a time or two. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Growing up, that was one of the few. But we weren't allowed to watch Life of Brian because that was offensive.
Oh, geez, right?
Somehow I watched History of the World Part 1.
Oh, Mel Blanc.
And Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Blazing Saddles.
My uncle was a huge Mel Brooks fan. So actually, Mel Brooks was the one that did When Things Were Rotten. That was his. It was a TV series back in the day.
Yeah.
Brooks
Piss Boy.
And Young Frankenstein.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Oh, I love me some Madeline Kahn. Oh my God, I love Madeline Kahn.
What's Marty? What's his name? Marty
McFly.
Feldman? Marty Feldman.
Marty.
Oh yeah. That's right. He was in that.
Nobody. I've got nobody. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know that was his name.
Oh God. Hey,
what part of the brain did you get? Abby Nomo. And Abby Nomo. You got an abnormal brain.
Oh gosh, they couldn't make any of those movies nowadays.
They couldn't make any of them, especially Blazing Saddles. That would not.
No.
Gilda Radner. That's Gilda Radner was in that, right?
Oh, Gilda Radner.
Love Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna Dana.
Yes.
She was a hot. She was a hot.
We have the same hair. That's why I keep it in a pony. We just
let it go.
A little bit of humidity. I love that, Nicole, the beginning of a video. By the end of the video,
my hair's all nice and straight and flattened. By the end, I'm like, Houston.
She comes out and it's all nice and sleek, and then she comes back in and it's like, yeah.
What movie had the eunuch in there? Eunuch. Oh, what was that? He is a eunuch. He is a eunuch.
That sounds like History of the World, maybe, no?
What's that?
Was that History of the World? I don't know. Trying to watch some of these later with my daughter, it's like I'm just dying, and she's like,
"Huh?"
Well, one we watched Three Amigos. Hadn't seen that in years.
That's great.
And so I put it on, and we're sitting there, and she turns to me and she goes, "It's a Western?" And I go, "No, it's totally a Western." Like my whole world was shattered. I was like, because I hate Westerns, and the thought that one of my favorite movies growing up was a Western was like, it's totally a Western.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a comedy.
Can we do a movie live where you share your screen and play a movie, and then we all just drink and react to it?
That would be fun.
You can.
It'd be like MSTK 3000.
You can do that. The only issue with that, as far as like doing YouTube and stuff, is you have to go get public movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
okay.
public
we can
domain
watch Hallmark.
movies.
We can watch any Hallmark.
So in fact, every
Hallmark movies. Take a shot every time someone
Halloween. Every Halloween, I actually do a similar thing where we hang out and we watch the original version of the Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
Yeah, so we do that. I play the Little Shop of Horrors and we kind of talk, and I put up little fun facts about the movie and things like that.
Is that the one with Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, it's in fact one of Jack Nicholson's very first movies that he ever did.
He was the guy in the dentist chair, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the guy who loved pain.
I actually don't know if I've ever actually seen it like all the way through.
I've only seen that scene.
Like it's just one of those movies. Like it was like
it's interesting. It's fun. It's kind of fun to watch because if you really know like the '80s version, the more of the musical version, yeah, it's kind of cool to see kind of where and what they did to change it to make it the musical because it was just a screenplay and it was just something they actually wrote up and filmed within like 3 days. It was actually done as it was done as a challenge. Roger Corman was kind of challenged by someone to see if he could make a movie really fast, you know. So he took all of the sets are from a movie that he did called Bucket of Blood. He did it because he was like the cult horror movie kind of guy, and so
B-rolls
take all of those scenery because it was already there. Sets and all that sort of stuff, and then just writes a quick screenplay real quick, and then have all these actors just do it, you know, within these couple of days and put it all together. And it turns out to be in this really crazy cult classic. But the interesting thing was that Roger Corman and these folks didn't protect the copyright. They ended up just letting it go, and ultimately, you know, we all own that now. And there's several movies and things like that. I've thought about doing like other ones and stuff, but that one's something we just have fun with. I think I've done it like 4 years in a row now, where we just play that. Cool. And then after we play that movie, I extend the live stream, and then what we do is we watch a musical version, theatrical version that's available on YouTube because you can play those too.
Okay.
But without having to worry about copyrights and stuff. But it's really fun.
We have to do that.
Well,
you'll have to come join me on Halloween this year.
Yeah, now that we know.
Do that. Yeah. It's really fun.
I love it.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I never really thought of doing those, like the view along.
Mm-hmm.
Like my daughter and her friends, like they basically do that every day playing Roblox, right?
Yeah. I guess, you know, you're playing games, doing it's hard to find that copyright.
She's in like a group chat playing.
Way to get around.
I'll walk in to yell at her about something, and she's like, mute. I'm like, oh, hi, everybody. I'm always like, the camera's not on, is it? So, are we supposed to read your palm now? You will have a law.
You can't. On something about you can't promote.
Oh,
the VAPE. I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah, don't say that word either. We're against that. We're parents against smoking. We hate that.
Yeah, bad news. Don't do it.
Bad.
No, don't do it.
Vaping.
Don't do it. Yeah, fortunately, I never got into any of that. So
I smoked 26 years, but I quit 4 years ago. I know I quit 4 years ago.
Good for you.
I quit almost 10 years ago now, but I smoked for just as long, about 25 years myself.
It's hard. I still want one. I still think
I can still feel it too, man. 10 years later, I can still feel it. So don't ever do that if you can.
No,
you don't want none of that.
Don't do it.
Don't want it.
No, I can't hardly take my hot peppers in oil. Like I would choke.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to check out the Hulu put out this show called Super Hots. And it's a spicy world of pepper people. So there's a bunch of pepper gardeners and growers and just the whole like pepper community that's kind of involved with all of that. And that's one of the things they talk about in there too, is that several of these people who do like some of these pepper eating challenges or eating these hottest peppers and stuff and do these videos, a lot of these guys are recovery. They go into eating and getting into these hot peppers in order to move away from drugs and alcohol and things like that.
Because
it gives them
it's a sensory
endorphin thing. Gives them the endorphin high, gives them all that sort of stuff and everything. So yeah, they talk a bit about that. I found that to be really fascinating. It made just a lot of sense.
Wow.
Yeah,
that high capsicum rush is a better thing if you can handle it to get into than the other stuff they've been doing.
Yeah,
it's really almost like a roller coaster where you're off of your equilibrium, so it brings this scare, this kind of you get to this point if you eat a really hot pepper where you almost start worrying and freaking out inside, so and then it just kicks those
adrenaline rush,
gets that adrenaline, all that stuff happening, and then when you're done and you're coming down, it's like, oh wow, that was a rush.
I get
Yeah,
it.
you're
I want to
not
do
at a
that
pain
again.
level.
Yeah.
You're beyond a pain
sometimes
level.
you think
Like,
in
well,
your
this is
brain,
hot. You're
my
beyond.
mouth is never going to be okay again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You feel like it. You feel like it for
yeah. You're like, oh, I'm the rest of my life. My mouth is going to be on fire. Like, this is me, you know. And then you're like, you're okay, and then the next morning you regret it all over again.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
There are some peppers that are just outright a-holes.
Yeah.
You eat it and it has a sharp, no flavor.
Yeah,
it's all pain and bite. And it's just like chewing on glass, swallowing a bunch of tacks, and it's just then like rubbing alcohol down your throat just to be funny about it, and salt. And it's just nasty. And then this
I do not eat that in my life.
Flavorful.
Yeah, you really kind of lose flavor in a pepper once you're getting kind of beyond that habanero heat.
Yeah.
Like habaneros are getting to the point where it's really starting to cover any sort of flavor that you're getting. So I find it interesting when these guys taste them and they're like, "Oh, that was a real fruity flavor," you know. And I'm like, I don't know how you can tell the fruit.
It's not hot though.
Not good.
I can't see what it is.
I like it, but it's not hot.
What? It looks hot to me.
It's not hot.
It's disgusting. It's fiberglass. That's all it is. It just there's no flavor.
See, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It just gives a bite. It just like chewing on fish hooks.
But see, I don't really find that one hot.
Yeah.
But I still haven't
tried
it.
I grow the peppers. I love growing the hot peppers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the hotter peppers are fun to grow. I just can't eat them. I give them away to my friends and watch them kind of have fun with them.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm growing.
I have a new neighbor who is actually the owner of my property now. And I grew some peppers out there, so he sees them every day as he's walking by. And he, so one day he's asking me, he's like, "Oh, what are these ones?" And he's pointing to some of these really, we're talking super hot peppers here. Maybe not the hottest in the world, but getting up there. And I was like, "Oh no, here, take one, and if you want, eat it sometime." And before I could even say eat it sometime, he'd already popped it in his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Okay, that I wasn't expecting, and right now I'm just letting you know I'm not responsible for anything that's about to happen to you.
Yeah, if you have a heart attack, that's
my God. Oh yeah. I was in a growing competition that really didn't work out in the long run, but there was a category for growing the hottest pepper, so we grew Primatalis, which people in the pepper community were telling me like that'll beat the Carolina Reaper for sure.
Oh wow!
So I grew these out, and of course I wasn't going to eat them, but I wanted to show people, like, we grew these peppers. They are the hottest, even though we didn't complete the contest. So I had a friend come over and do a live stream with me, and he ate one of those peppers. And I'm telling you, I have never seen tears. I've seen people tear up, and just streaming tears. But have you ever seen tears launch out of someone's face?
Oh my God.
Like projecting out of his eyeballs and hit the table in front of me. And I was like, yeah.
No, there's no amount.
That is too hot. That is just ridiculous when it comes down to it. I'm not gonna do it myself, but I'm happy to have somebody along with me to give it a shot and try.
I grew red scorpion and chocolate Trinidad scorpion last year.
Oh yeah, those are bomb. Yeah, those
are I haven't touched them. I dried them, and I just look at them in horror.
Just cut them down. That's the best thing with those hot peppers is just powdering them down, and then you can just kind of spread them in with other things.
I haven't done it with
it. Just takes the heat down a lot, but
I ground them up, grinded outside. Yeah. I ground them up outside, and then I dumped it in with salt.
Yeah.
And
there you go. Make a little pepper
have it
salt.
In a little shaker, and it's my spicy salt, and I love it. It's really good.
Because then you just putting as much as you need on there, and
exactly.
It might take a time or two to figure out how much is what, but
Yeah. Well, it was funny. So I had it in. I had the leftovers in just a Ziploc baggie, and then the others I'd put into 2 little salt containers. And my husband was roasting some nuts in the air fryer, which is really good. You buy the raw and then you put them in the air fryer with a little bit of olive oil, and then it's so good. And I love them when they're warm. They come out and they're warm and they're soft. And so normally he just puts the Himalayan sea salt on it.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize I had this bag of, he just thought it was, I don't know why he thought there was a baggie of Himalayan sea salt on the counter, but put that on.
Yeah.
So good though. Oh my God. So now we have to put it on every time we do the cashews. I don't want it with regular salt. It has to be.
Yeah, another good way to do that with nuts is to take like those powders and mix it in with like honey.
Oh
yeah. Take the honey and you glaze the nuts with that, and then you have like a honey glazed hot peanuts. They're just so good. I had a friend who made a whole batch of them and gave them to me years ago. They were
he likes glazing his nuts. All right.
Yeah, hey now.
How are you?
Always got a little bit of
the thing about like the heat of these things. There's a pepper that's called the 7 pot.
Oh, Jimmy Pickles is on there. Okay.
I have that one.
And they call it the 7 pot because it takes 1 pepper for 7 pots of chili. Is where the story
that why?
That's why it's called the 7 pot. 1 pepper for 7 pots.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So I lost you. I don't know where Johnny went. Johnny was in the he was in the basement and then he disappeared. I went to click on him and he disappeared.
I got some seeds from a subscriber of mine. She gave me some 7 pot brain strain, some scorpion. It just says scorpion on there. Chocolate habanero. And then this yellow fatale. I think it's called fatale.
Yeah, the fatale.
Is that what you were talking about a minute ago?
Is that like a fancy way of saying fatal?
The fatale.
Yellow death?
I do believe that it's the fatale, which there's different varieties. I mean, there's so many crosses of different peppers, but the fatale and the 7 pot primo, I believe, were crossed to make the primatale, which is that. And in fact, someone was just mentioning in the chat about Johnny Scoville, who's a big taste tester and does a lot of videos on testing hot sauces and peppers and that stuff. So he's like the guru, the guy you go to. And
he's like the Scoville of Scoville ratings.
He was the guy I went to get the advice about what I should grow in order to beat the Carolina Reaper. And he told me the primatale. In fact, the chocolate. Anything that's chocolate versions of a pepper are going to be hotter than the actual version.
Okay, with chocolate habanero.
Noted.
Okay, so
that's chocolate.
Who wants my chocolate Trini?
In fact, too, because they mentioned Johnny and you just talked about Jimmy Pickles, that sort of thing, too. For our show, the Let's Get Growing show I do on my channel, we're going to have a Super Hots weekend for one of our first things where we will have a bunch of different guests from the Super Hot show with us. Johnny Scoville is going to be one of our featured guests. I'm going to have Jimmy on to talk about isolating peppers. Hopefully, in fact, I'm just right now trying to confirm with Troy Primo, and hopefully have him on as well too. Plus one of the other people who's on the show too. So hopefully we'll have a cool little weekend because we're going to start doing Saturdays and Sundays.
Wow! You're going all out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to turn Sunday into kind of like a cool panel roundtable thing, sort of like what you got going on here. So I'll have me with a couple of other people, and we'll be just talking about different subjects and things.
Yeah, I grew the Chiro Roxa this year.
Yeah.
Which are
there you go.
Beautiful and a really nice fruity flavor.
Yeah. And also too, I'm also bringing back my what we call. Well, we had 2 segments when I first started the show. It was called "Are You Following Me?" and Channel of the Week. But we're gonna just put it together. One segment just called "Are You Following Me?" and we'll definitely try to work on, in fact, getting all 3 of you on maybe this year.
Sounds good. Awesome. Happy to be there.
Yes, please.
In my home state.
Yes.
Remember, I'm a complete newbie to gardening. I got a ton of knowledge just from talking to all you guys and watching everybody's videos, and I pack all that knowledge in. But
the point more so is it. And really, in the long run, with that initial segment, it's a shorter conversational segment that we do for the show. It's just, kind of like a little bit of promotion. It's kind of my little payback to the community in a sense. It's like we want smaller channels, smaller creators, people, Instagrammers, TikTokers, whatever, if you're just out there doing stuff and participating and sharing what you do, then that's what we want. We want to get you on and share those garden stories and stuff too. So I'm not worried about experience. I think I think all of us have different experience levels and things like that. I think it's
more about passion,
and it's fun to talk to someone who's a new gardener. Heck, we'll have a great conversation about what are you learning, what's going on. We were all one once too.
Everyone starts somewhere, and
just like babies, we were all once too.
I kind of get annoyed when people say, "Oh, you have such a green thumb," and I'm like, "No, there's no such." It's about interest. and effort.
Yep.
Interest and effort.
Interest and effort. That's how you
tell
grow.
People I kill more things than I ever succeed at growing.
Which is why oh my God.
So Enoch,
jump in with both feet.
Both bags.
Enoch, someone I said, hi, the Wickershire Project. We have a thing to ask the gardening community. I made a video, right? I'm being kind of goofy about it right now. I'm like, we're looking for 2 or 3 candy roaster squash seeds. If you have them, please send me an email and contact me. And if you have some candy roaster squash seeds, we're looking for those for long-term food storage. In the back of my mind is I want to have food for the winter here. So if I can grow them, because I can grow butternut squash, we'll do candy roaster. And a woman becoming a green stalker, Heidi, hit me 3 times with this amount.
Heidi's great.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Bury me in seeds. Bury me. I got cactus in here. What am I gonna do with cactus? Can I eat cactus?
Yeah.
Certain ones,
There's edible cactus for sure. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's not your fault.
It's
edible cactus. You know.
I'm awful with houseplants. Like I'm awful with houseplants.
Yeah, same.
Like, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I have no real interest in houseplants.
The best ones are right here.
I know he does.
The best ones are right here. You want me to flip the camera over and we'll go show you some of my other ones.
I love seedlings and I struggle and I overwinter a few seeds, but I have no real interest in houseplants. Like they don't appeal to me.
Yeah, that was my initial thing. I mean, I had a mother who had tons of houseplants. That's what I had when I was growing up. I didn't have an outdoor vegetable garden or food gardening or anything. A house full of houseplants, and that's how I learned my passion for growing and plants was with all the house plants. So I've had plants my whole life when it comes to indoors. But it wasn't until like 13 years ago that I discovered that you can actually grow your own food.
Oh, wow.
I did it on a balcony and I was like, what? And it changed everything,
Enoch, can I ask how old you are? I'll let you. I'm 49, but how old?
Are we supposed to ask how old we are? I know. I get this. People think I'm a lot younger than I am, but I'm 40, going on 49 myself. I think.
Nice.
Oh, 49 too. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were younger than me.
49 this year.
I'm going on 50 this March.
I know. I'm
Nicole
grandma.
50 this year.
I turned 50 in November last year.
Oh,
so
yes,
I'm
there you
50.
go.
Wait, we're all in the 50 area.
We're all in the 49, 50. Well, Rochelle's the baby.
Wait, you're the baby, Rochelle?
I just turned 46.
Yes.
Oh, you're younger than my wife.
Just a kid.
Just a kid. Yeah, I just turned.
Yay.
We're no longer going to say flower lady. We're going to say flower girl.
Flower girl.
Rochelle. Flower girl. You've earned flower girl now. You're way younger than us.
Yeah, the flower girl.
I always find it weird, like when you're watching videos and stuff and people are talking, and I don't know, like I always just assume people, especially if they're professional, I forget how old I am now. And so you'll be watching someone and they're like, they've got PhDs and all this and that, and then you find out and you're like, I'm like, oh my God, I could be your mother. Like
they're like 35.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I haven't matured.
I'm not an adult, okay? I still don't feel like one. People call me ma'am. I'm like, excuse me?
For real.
Yeah. Excuse me? I don't
think ma'am.
Yeah.
I definitely do not feel my age, for sure.
No.
I got a picture of when I met my wife when she was 11. This is when I fell in love with her.
Oh,
wow.
This is heartbreaking.
Oh my God, she's adorbs.
Yeah, there you go.
Adorbs.
I think we all had that haircut.
Bangs are in. Bangs are the thing.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia. I met her at the park at the first time when she was 11. I was 13. I met her. She drove in on a big what do you call that? 10-speed bicycle.
Oh, a 10-speed.
10-speed bicycle. She came into the park, sat on the monkey bars with me, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Sharon," and that's what she looked like. And I didn't know who she was. I looked at her, and I had that moment where my brain went. I froze. I fell in love with her instantly, and she avoided me for 23 years. But I won. I wore her out. So.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Eat your veggies.
If you feel 10 years young, absolutely.
I started Colorado collards,
can't grow kohlrabi for the
What
life
else?
of me.
I started a bunch of stuff today. More veggies. Oh, more
Bunch of
pak choy.
Brassicas, yeah.
Pak choy. Pak
Pak
choy.
choy. Dwarf
choy.
choy. And the seeds, like this thing sprouts in like 2 days. And the seed packet says best before. And I still have all these seeds. My parents bought me these years ago. And they bought a few packets of it, but they're the dwarf. So you're supposed to eat them when they get 2 to 3 inches. So I have some that I'm going to be potting up, and we'll be eating those probably within the month. And then I started some more to keep it going. So my first succession planting of 2024 was today.
Oh, nice.
That's my goal every year. Is I'm going to do better at succession planting.
Right. Yeah.
I did my peas. That's the other thing I did. I did do peas today. I soaked them for about a half an hour because I knew if I waited any longer, then they would get nasty and soggy like Nicole does. So
I've been soaking corn for 24 hours. I think I messed up. Okay, they're still on the table right now.
24 hours.
Are you chitting corn?
24 hours should be good.
Usually direct.
I'm not chitting you. No, I did. I was gonna try sprouting them indoors in soil so the birds didn't steal them.
Yeah, I just do that old classic, put them in some napkins. And I let them sprout a little bit, and then I take.
Wait, are you seed testing?
That way I'm putting in the ones that I know.
That's how I used to start all my seeds, was the baggy method, but I wasn't doing nearly as many.
Yeah, I don't do it for a lot of things, but I still do it for corn because it's just. I like just to make sure that it's got a good root coming out of it, and then I put it in. Then I just drop it in the ground and does its thing.
I could do that. Yeah. Okay.
I've never had
corn.
We're
still talking about pests coming and getting them as they sprout out of the ground, though. So that's tough to deal with at that point too. So transplanting ain't going to be that great. But the best thing you could do at that point is put 2 or 3 of them right next to each other.
Yeah.
And just it's whoever survives.
That's what I like about the soil block.
And then when they get so big, and if they all survive, you cut them down to one piece for that area. Yeah, that's the point. It's the hardest part, but you got to do it.
No,
like I said, it comes down to the point of like I kill more things than I actually grow.
I cannot. And
a lot of that stuff.
I will sit there and I will rinse those roots off, and I will separate and tease those babies out, even if I already have a gazillion too many
There's a few spots I have around the garden spaces where I let tomatoes fall, and I let them, just kind of rot in the ground and leave the seeds behind, and then they volunteer up. And that's, a weed is just something that doesn't belong. You know what I mean? And if you've got 1,000 tomato seedlings popping up out of the ground, and that space can only handle 2 or 3, and you've got about 997 that don't belong.
You gotta get rid of them. One thing I can do is hey Nikki. Hey Nikki, she's a fun.
So I tell people when we talk about weeds, I was like, even tomatoes can be weeds.
Yes, I will. I am totally heartless when it comes to spoon tomatoes.
Oh yeah, I heard they get.
I will rip those suckers out because they will take over my whole freaking.
Yeah.
They're monsters.
I got a lot of that stuff. I let a lot of things, and there's just seeds. I got so much things growing in the garden all over the place. There's seeds flying around everywhere. So sort of like I talked about with tomatillos, I'm just fine. There's just volunteers of all sorts of stuff all over the place. And so, again, it's just a part of weeding. And sometimes you're weeding squash plants. Sometimes you're weeding, whatever. Just you're not trying to grow in there. Your space is to grow what you're intending to grow.
I've had to cull hundreds and hundreds of calendula.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to do that.
Calendula.
My calendula go banana pants. Yeah.
Banana pants.
I grew my first calendulas this last year, and now I got them everywhere. They're already out there everywhere.
They do that? This is my first year growing them, so I have seedlings.
Yeah, those things just kind of
they're pretty obvious what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, those seed pods, they just, or the seed heads just kind of dry up. As soon as they get to a certain dry point, they just kind of release and toss them all out.
Okay.
So up on a deadheading, which
explode. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely important to deadhead those. Huh. And there can be so many flower heads that it's so hard to do, or even to catch them all. And it only takes 1 or 2 of them to spread a whole bunch more all over the place.
I was better last year at deadheading or whatever because I was preserving them for putting in oil, right?
I was gonna say I want to make medicinal things. So.
Yeah, if in teas and whatever. So I was better about that, and I do love using them in bouquets. They're a nice filler flower.
Yeah.
So I used a ton of them, but they just kept coming. I find my 4 o'clocks self seed as well, which I don't mind it either.
Oh yeah, 4 o'clocks they're really notorious.
So much. I love 4 o'clocks, and they're great.
They are awesome.
They're beautiful plants. And Johnny's back.
Oh, Rochelle.
Nicole.
I'm going to send you some of my 4 o'clock seeds because I think I have some of those yellow ones in there that I posted on Instagram. You like?
I don't have any yellow. I don't know what happened to my yellow ones. But I have like pink and red and white, I think.
Mine are yellow and have like this red fuchsia streaking in them. They're really pretty. So I'm going to send you some
daylilies. Yeah, they can really go. Yeah. I don't have any actually. Do I have any daylilies?
I do.
I used to have one. My husband weeded it thinking it was grass.
I have a couple ditch lilies that I should be ripping out, but I have.
I've actually got some little small lily of some variety. I think it's a daylily of some sort that are already starting to bloom up.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I've got literally spring flowers that were out there in the end of January. Like my crocuses were up just out in the middle of January.
What?
Yeah, it's just blowing me away.
I don't usually see crocuses until probably April.
Yeah, like all of my spring flowers, even the tulips are starting to form flower heads out there right now. And I'm like, what? You're like weeks ahead of time here.
My Shasta daisies are doing really good, and they're actually still green. Like even with all the weather, I wasn't sure. So the Shasta daisies are still green. The feverfew is Sweet Williams still green. Some of my snapdragons are still green. I still even have a few of those cabbage, the flowering kale. They look hideous, but they're still alive. I'm like, maybe I'll get some seeds off of them if I just leave them. I didn't see you down in the green room. Another screen open over the green room. I'm sorry I missed you down there, Johnny. My bad. I'm so sorry. I saw you at the end and then you were gone. So for sometimes what I do is I pop out the chat from YouTube, from like Firefox. And I pop out the chat from Firefox and I put it on top of my screen because I like using that chat box better than the StreamYard one. But it was sitting over my basement. And so I feel bad. I did not see Johnny down there. My bad.
Come back, Johnny. Come back.
Come back, Johnny.
Come back.
Oh, you should. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Who has purple pak choi?
I do.
Nicole does. Yes, she does.
Hi.
Purple pak choi, yummy.
It's so pretty.
I don't know if I've ever had the
Yeah, definitely.
You want me to
get lots of those purples and blues and red colors in your garden for sure.
Ooh, now I have my red lettuce.
Yes, you do.
It kind of gets us back to talking about our GMO tomatoes.
Is that a romaine? Or what kind is it?
Huh?
That's not romaine, is it? What is it?
The Merlot. It's like a cut and come again. Just
it's a leaf lettuce.
Ornamental corn.
Oh, and grows really well too. And another one of those that, like, if you let that Merlot go and go to seed, you'll never have to grow Merlot again either.
Oh, there you go.
So let a couple of your really good heads or plants. They're not a head lettuce, but let them go to seed for sure. But yeah, the reds definitely. Being an original fan of John Kohler years ago and following all of his videos, he's always a big proponent of anthocyanins. These phytonutrients that you get. They're just a really anti-cancer nutrient that you get from your plants and stuff. So he's a really proponent of doing that, which is again why I find that this new genetically modified organism of a tomato is so interesting.
Tomato X.
Well,
tomato
the
X.
purple tomato, as they call it.
The purple tomato.
I think it's just called purple tomato. I think that's all they're branding it as. Yeah.
She owns it.
Yeah.
She got one.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how that goes, because you already got a plant growing and all of that.
So
I should hopefully have seeds coming up to grow this year. So myself.
Does it have like a copyright, like a whatever you call that?
What they say on the little news release from NPR is that you can save your own seed, you can give it to friends and neighbors, you cannot sell it. You can't sell the plant, you can't sell the seed. You can propagate. You can do whatever you want with it as long as you don't profit from it.
Yeah, see, another interesting part of this whole thing too, and I guess it in some way, because of it being tomatoes, it almost kind of makes some sense. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about a whole different variety of a genetically modified plant here. You know, these are two edible plants that are being brought together.
It's not like fish DNA being put into it.
Exactly. Or some other, or not even an animal, but it's some other bacteria of some sort that they'll put in order to make a plant more resilient to pests, or even be more resilient to the pesticides that they need to use in order to keep those plants going. So, what you find in a lot of the corn modifications and things like that. Now, those things I'm totally like, I get, like, that doesn't make sense. That definitely needs to be researched. That needs to be figured out. More interested on this idea of taking two edible things, because in a way, they don't cross with each other. You can't do anything otherwise. So the only way to do that is to do, this sort of science-based lab connection of them, but they're two edible things. And the reasoning ultimately is that we're trying, their goal is to bump up these anthocyanins in a tomato so that there is almost equal to a blueberry. Blueberries are considered the superfood. So that's kind of their idea with that. And then again, too, as we're talking about how they're putting it out there, it's not a complete sense of ownership, as you will find with the other genetically modified plants. The biggest thing, it's with this one now comes a reason for putting GMO verified on your seed packets, like Baker Creek does.
They finally have to do that.
Move towards doing what they're doing with
right now. It does,
because you couldn't purchase them. There was no way that any of us gardeners could access that sort of stuff. Now, maybe in all of this is corn. Corn makes sense that you would verify, you would do that sort of stuff. It's so easily crossed. And those companies that own those corn GMOs, they hold that stuff with a tight grip. They find out you got it, they're going to sue you. They're going to make sure they're going to take all of your corn from you.
Exactly.
That sort of stuff. And that's not the position these folks are taking with this tomato. They're releasing it to the world. Here's this great thing we think we've made. It's got all these high anthocyanins, which are anti-cancer. It's made from two edible plants. And here you go. You can have it. You just can't profit from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's, so I don't know. I just, again, too, it is a modification that's done in a laboratory. So, in that sense of it, I still kind of have a little bit of like a GMO hesitation, just a little bit,
weird to me.
But I'm kind of more leaning towards that. I'm happy to grow it. I'm happy to test it out, try it out. I'd love to see, and I'm going to ask the lady, because I mentioned to you guys earlier that we're going to have her on my show. We're going to talk all about this stuff. I'm going to dig as deep as I can into all these things about it. But I would love, and I'm trying to find out from her too, is if she can give me some like numbers or some sort of research that she has on these anthocyanin levels and stuff, what they do and compared to other ones. So is it really worth it?
That's, I mean, I like blueberries too, so like
in the long run right now, $20 a packet is what they're charging for. I don't even know what it is. 10 seeds for like $20. So okay, that's going to be it. That's the initial thing. They want to make some money off of the research that they did. They're going to get them out there, but in a season or two, we'll be trading these things with each other all over the place, and they will have no control over it anymore. That's interesting, I think.
And then what are people then going to start crossing it with other? Are Are you going to be taking
if you can, and that's the thing, and
I don't
that
know
would be
if it will cross. Yeah,
tomatoes are really hard to cross. It's not one of those ones that just easily. They're not like peppers where you just grow them next to each other, and next thing you know, you got some totally different pepper next year. You know, you literally got to make an effort to cross tomatoes to make new tomato hybrids and stuff. So,
well,
it'll be interesting to see what people to do, and I'm sure people are going to experiment with it. And
it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've grown snapdragons for years and years and years, and I've never consumed them. I haven't.
Yeah. There's a lot of edible flowers I've never eaten.
Yeah, but apparently they say the flavor is reminiscent of chicory. It makes them suitable for savory options in canapes, which is kind of weird. But they say it's been used traditionally as a diuretic, treatment for scurvy, liver disorders, and tumors. So,
and that's the complete.
Tumors and ulcers,
that's the complete. You know, whatever all the nutrients and all the phytonutrients that plant has. What they're doing though is they're only taking that color gene out of this.
Yeah, just the color.
Yeah.
You know.
But at least it's coming from something that's also beneficial, right?
Yeah, and from an edible too, you know, versus trying to take that color from, say, a lizard.
Oh,
right.
You know what I mean? And then put that
from a chameleon. Can you imagine?
Right? Yeah, a tomato that changes colors.
Depending on what it's here.
I thought of it first. Nobody patented it before me. Okay.
Don't give him any ideas.
True cosmic tomato.
In fact, I'm going to remember that question for when I have her on the show. Lizard. I'm just gonna write lizard DNA, and that's gonna remind me.
I want 50%.
I'm asking about that.
We want chameleon tomatoes.
I want
how hard it'll be to pick them?
Oh, that's right, chameleons.
You know how hard it'll be to pick them?
You can't
every time you go out, you're like, oh, it's a leaf.
You have to feel around to find them and feel the ball.
You'll never be able to see them.
Yeah. It's like this tomato plant never grows any tomatoes.
Doesn't produce anything.
It's like loaded with tomatoes.
Like Predator.
That's ridiculous.
Let's put on night vision goggles to see the tomatoes.
It's Predator, yes, that's perfect. You see these weird haziness as you're looking at the tomato plant. These little dots of like.
It's the Predator tomato. We're gonna name it the Predator.
Mood change.
That's great.
Like
mood changing. Yeah.
Don't pick them when they're pissed off.
Right.
So bitter.
There's an unusual sound in the garden. Do you hear a hissing or a growl near your tomato plants? Do not approach. Are they red? Yeah, don't go near them.
Avoid the perimenopausal tomatoes.
Those would be my tomatoes. Girl.
Yeah.
That perimenopause kicking my arse, ma'am.
Yeah. Although now I am really, really interested in the information behind this cosmic tomato that Baker Creek is pulling back right now.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested in. There's a little intrigue in what's going on there and all that sort of stuff, and it makes sense for Baker Creek because that's their thing.
Their thing is always
their thing is heirloom tomatoes.
Heirloom.
You know, it's
but funky. You know, going out and finding these unique varieties that everyone has to have.
Mm-hmm. Really just basically open pollinated varieties of plants. Heirlooms are just open pollinated plants with a story.
Yep.
You know, so but yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what that's all about and how that came about, or if there is some sort of connection. Did someone get a hold of one of those tomatoes, those early ones that they were testing years ago, and then found a way to cross them or something? It would be interesting. Danny
read an article. They released a statement
I just read that statement this morning actually.
Oh, okay.
So to me, I just wonder, like, how would they get a hold of that? I mean, are they just letting anybody and everybody into their lab? You know, is there got this?
Yeah.
Well, we all know there are lab leaks.
You know, that's
lab
leaks.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
They have it. I read enough Robin Cook.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I do want to get my hands on some of those tomatoes because I know some people got some seeds already.
Yep.
You know they've been selling them and sending them out. So someone's got some, and I need to get some from someone. I want to send. I want to send a message to Jer, who's the founder of Baker Creek. There, be like, man, you gotta send me some. I promise not to link you to them at all, but I just want to grow them. I want to check them out in comparison to the other ones too.
Yep.
When I get seeds of those.
Oh, the Baker Creek, or you think they're gonna
the Baker Creek, the cosmic ones, yeah, that they're not selling. So there's some out there, and I want to find some. So, so if anybody out there has some, get a hold of me. Let me know. I want to get some.
Well, I'm saving all the seeds I can off of mine just to give as like giveaways, on my channel. Yeah. Since I can't sell them, but it'd be a fun, contest giveaway.
Yeah, I do a giveaway of a tomato called the Prax cherry tomato.
Ooh.
And this was a tomato that was developed and grown by an old YouTuber gardener named Ray Browning, who had a channel called Praxis 55712. This guy was one. Yes. This guy was one of the originals on YouTube.
I used to watch him. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. I watched him all the time.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. And he grew out and developed this tomato. It was a hybrid, but he grew it back to its genetic parents, and then grew it out and stabilized it over many years. And once he had it stable and he knew it was growing true, and basically at the open pollinated stage of the phenotype that he had, and then gave him away. And he was like, oh my God. I remember the day. It was like, I only have 150 of these to give away. So you got to show up. It was on Facebook. He's like, I'm going to put up a post at this time, and all you got to do is write cherry in there. And then I will get back to you and I'll send you tomatoes. Wow. Right. Nice. So this guy had such a following at the time that I was sitting there at 4:00 and I'm like waiting and I'm ready, and I'm ready to click on there. Yeah. And so the post comes up, and by the time I was able to click in there and type out cherry, I mean, it was literally like just cherry. Wow. I mean, hundreds of people were like in there, and I was 148.
Oh my God.
He's like, you literally made it like right at the end there. You barely got in and got him.
Squeaked in.
But the thing was that he gave them away, and it was the idea was that it's a giveaway. And so that's kind of the thing, is that it's like, you don't sell them, you give them away. So there's few of us out there who grow these out each and every year, and I give them away through my channel.
So what's the flavor profile like? Is it like a...
Yeah, it's just a really sweet, delicious little cherry tomato, but it's a big cherry tomato too.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like small cherry. They're good, big, juicy sized cherries.
Nice.
Just really good. And short, stocky, healthy plants. You can which ones they are when you see them sprout out. They just come out with these.
Is it like a dwarf?
Stems.
Is it a determinate or a dwarf?
It's indeterminate, but it almost grows like a determinate. Like it really only gets so tall. Okay. It wants to. You can see it just wants to keep going and stuff. Okay. So there's indeterminate genes in there, but it has kind of more of a determinate characteristics.
Okay. I love the chocolate cherry. That's my daughter's favorite, but I haven't grown sun gold yet. But the chocolate cherry, I mean, they're a pretty good size tomato, and it's a fairly vigorous plant.
I grow a dark one called a black cherry.
12, 13. It's
black cherry.
Yeah.
Rochelle, did you want me to send you some sun gold? Is that on your list?
That was on my list. Yeah.
Did you send me a list? Like an actual list?
I messaged you an actual list. Yeah.
That actually reminds me, I do need to get sun gold.
Sun gold was on it because I just watched your video where you got the. You saved some seeds, right? Like you saved your own.
Yeah. No. You can't save sun gold because it's a hybrid. You can't save the seeds. Well, I mean, you can, but it won't be the same. But I have some. I
didn't realize that. Well, I mean, I can buy my own if you don't have enough.
No. I will give you what I have left.
You're just gonna have to scroll up 500 pages.
You send me so many reels. Because the reels, it's hundreds, and I'm so behind on everyone's reels. I apologize, anyone in the chat who sent me reels. I haven't looked.
You've got some major homework to do over on Instagram, ma'am.
Girl. We're going through things. I don't have time.
Yeah, I might have to trade you for some of those sun golds. I'll get you some of those Prax cherry ones.
Sounds good.
Those are so good.
Deal, because we're best friends now.
Yeah. Yes.
I just subscribe.
We are. That's right. That's right. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff.
Right, Cece? You tell her.
Seriously, tell her. Between you and Cece and Nina, I'm just so behind.
But really, anybody who comes onto my channel or even comes through without watching our Facebook group that I have or anything like that, you can find a way to contact me. So if anybody can find a way to contact me or send me a message,
your Facebook
I will send you some of those tomato seeds.
Hold on, you're on Facebook as well, sir?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Facebook now. Hold on, let me find you.
You can look into any of my show or video descriptions. You'll see links to. I have a Facebook group called the Let's Get Growing group. It goes along with our show. So I'd love for all of you guys to come and join along, share your gardens and all your stuff you want to there with the group. But it's a good way to connect with me, send a message or a way that we can.
It's got peppers as the picture, right?
So anybody who wants to find me or go through one of my videos or find that and connect with me in some way to send a message, I will send you out some seeds.
There's a bunch of Let's Get Growing. What's the picture?
I know, yeah. I have,
that's why I always say the best way to go is through one of my videos.
Go through one of your videos.
Okay.
And check one of the video links. There's links in there.
Oh, it's the Let's Get Growing. I'll drop the link.
Okay. Thank you.
Because I'm like, I searched it and I was like, because I'm in that group. So I just clicked my groups. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So that'd be awesome. Have you guys there and share some stuff. And again, too, a good way for us to connect. I want to make sure I can get some of you guys on my show this year. Because again, I like to do what I can to help promote smaller channels.
Speaking of Wickershire, what numbers are you at right now? You're at.
He's almost 1,000, right?
I was last year. I was 530.
Oh.
Last year was at this time I was 530, and then we got up to 600, and then in January this year we got up to 738, and now I guess I'm over 9. Vandal the Land, if anyone knows.
Yeah.
What? How many?
929.
929.
No. I was
71.
like 8. I was 818 or 820 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you're at 929
exceptional
right now.
Growth.
It must have
either I know what I'm talking about, or I'm just at a. Yeah, I guess what I'm doing on YouTube is connecting better. It makes more sense. I'm letting my personality shine through, yet I'm holding back. I can't be Bostonian, I can't drop the F-bombs. I can't. Hey, this tomatoes grow with your muddy. You got to make the sauce. I can't.
Yeah.
But I guess when I sit down and I actually talk to the camera, it just does better.
Yeah, well, people like you watch stuff. I watch things for information, but if the person's boring as heck, I don't care how good the information is. I'm out of there. Yeah. It's like I ain't got time for this.
Not boring.
Yeah.
I gotta take y'all while I feed the dogs. They're going crazy.
Oh,
so they need food.
I make videos to torment my subscribers.
Yeah, and I find like being active in like not just being guests on people's chat, but being active. Then people will like what you're saying or whatever, and be more likely to.
And this is also just a good time of year too, where you'll start seeing that stuff happen anyways, because it's people are starting to hit the YouTube up for garden information.
Yeah, as soon
so
as
there's
you
a lot of garden searches out there and that sort of thing. So this is a good time of year. You'll start to see those increases happen.
And also when you go to put your tags in your videos, I do the tags, which I don't know if they actually do any good or not. But when you go to your YouTube studio and analytics, they have now added the research tab to the desktop version.
Yeah.
And so you can click on the research button there, and it will show you top searches in your genre. So what are the top searches that people are searching for? If I look at those and if I find, I've touched on that in my video. I add that to my.
I'm so terrible at that. Although with the hashtags, I've been talking with a few other larger channels and stuff, and most of them are going away from all of that. They're just not even bothering with hashtagging anymore. They don't see it. They don't see it working
and whatever. Like top searches for gardening right now is how to germinate seeds for garden. Like I would never think to write it out like that. I would have put seed starting, garden, whatever. But now I'm trying to take those phrases and put them into
your. Just make sure it's in the description. Yeah. So you're like first sentence of your description. I will change my. Include those sort of keywords, or even like you said, that whole search topic. You know.
Yeah. And then it's interesting.
Find a way to put that into
for like content gaps for sure.
And I'm terrible at that stuff. I don't even go that far with a lot of things. I'm more of a I throw out what I throw out, and if it gets, caught.
I honestly don't know if it does anything. But then if I don't go through the time and effort of doing it, I think to myself, oh, I'm wasting. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, I did a lot of that for those first few years. I was doing I was doing all this stuff, TubeBuddy and all these different things in order to try to do. And it was just, I found it to be all of this extra work I was doing and not getting as much out of it, And I felt I was too concerned with that stuff than I was in the actual what I was doing, the gardening, the content, the discussions, all that sort of stuff. So I kind of backed away from a lot of that to a certain point, but it's still got to be done. If you're looking to grow a channel, you got to do some of the things that they require you to do to grow.
Yeah.
Thumbnails, title,
is constantly changing. So what you're doing today that they tell you today was going to help your channel, it's probably not going to be working tomorrow because they're going to change it to something else. You got to keep up with it.
Well, I figure if YouTube is putting it on their like research page, then maybe if I use what they're putting out, maybe they'll be more kind to my channel.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is really paying attention. If that's what you're looking at growth through YouTube, is to pay attention to their creator monthly, the little things that they give you through your studio. They're going to constantly put like, oh, this will help out. This is what we're looking at. And so listening to YouTube and what they're saying is a good way to,
and every once in a while I can find the screen where it tells me what keywords or search items brought for that video.
Yeah.
But I can hardly ever find it. I don't know where they hide it. Every once in a while I can find it. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But
there's TubeBuddy out there, and TubeBuddy does a lot of that for you.
Yeah. I just use the free TubeBuddy. I don't pay for TubeBuddy.
Yeah. I paid for it years ago.
What the heck?
There's two stages of YouTube. The first stage of YouTube is what do you search for? You type in stuff and you search for things.
Yeah.
Then there's, as you've been on YouTube as a vlogger or whatever, and you make all your friends. The second stage of YouTube is you're so lazy, you just wait for what they recommend and you try to click through and try to find something because you're no longer searching.
Yep. Yeah, because you've kind of established what it is you go on there for. YouTube's figured it out. So they're just, you just start suggesting.
And they feed you stuff. And you get the questionnaire once in a while. How was the ads today? How was the recommendations today? If you had a bad day, you click down on the what. You don't give it in the middle. You say I like it or I don't like it. That's let them know.
Why am I seeing this?
Yeah.
Why am I seeing this? I don't.
Why am I seeing this?
I'm not interested in Brazilian waxes. I'm all set.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good. Me either. Ouch. Thumbnails. I spend way too much time on Canva.
2 minutes. You make them in 2 minutes.
With my thumbnails.
I'm just learning Canva actually over this last year.
I make 5 or 6 prototypes, tweaking this, that, and the other thing. And then I watch this video on thumbnails, and basically the simplest, the better. Like just a picture. And don't.
Yeah, we're a lot of
work I've put into them. And so I did that on a couple, and I'm like, it looks so boring. So.
Yeah. I've tried everything.
You're not drawing
simple pictures to a lot of it was like, you got to have yourself in the thumbnail type of thing. And, do these sort of things and stuff. And all of that I've tried all of the different stuff. And I don't know if I've ever really seen any of that stuff really, really do much. And again, you check some of the bigger channels out. Of course, they don't have to, and they don't have to worry about a lot of that too.
Garden Answer never does like an actual, like it's just a screenshot from the video. There's nothing written on it.
And I guess with size, you can kind of do that.
Exciting, like.
But the smaller channels, you got to have a little pizzazz. You
can't
have something that's going to, stand out from the crowd.
I always just end up
24-hour naked gardening. There you go. 24-hour naked gardening day. That's
it. 24 hours.
You go to the colleges, you hire all those people from the colleges. You got a great bod. You look good, dude. This girl looks great. Come bikini garden in my garden, and you plant my seeds for me, and I just videotape, and it's 24-hour naked gardening.
I did a thumbnail years ago. Talk about prototyping thumbnails. I did a thumbnail where all I did was, all it was just my shoulders were, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But it looked like I might have been standing in front of the camera naked or something. And I got that thumbnail all figured out and all set. And I was like, okay, this is great. And then when it came down to actually putting it on the video, I couldn't do it. I was just like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's not gonna happen. So it's somewhere in my file somewhere is that thumbnail. that I'm not gonna do on Naked Garden Day. I'm sorry. You all have fun with it. Y'all don't want to see this.
Danny from Wicked Awesome Gardening, she did one 2 years ago.
She did. I remember. Yeah, and it lit up.
I'll drop the link. It blew up. Yeah, she's got like 14. Yep. Was hilarious.
How many views?
It's like 14,000. No, 16,000 views.
That's crazy.
16,000 views. It is hilarious. And she had a lot of, little funny euphemisms and stuff in there.
Yeah.
That's the link if you want to check it out. It's hilarious.
I think her whole point was like, yeah, this is not happening. Right? Wasn't it something like that? Like the video is like, so it like teased you totally into it. Like but when you get into the video, she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
At the end, she's got like a tube top on, right? But it totally looks like she's not. And then she has like, at the end, like these two people walking by down the sidewalk and pointing and laughing, and it's her daughters. So, but at first if you don't know they were her daughters, you're like, oh my gosh, she really is naked, because these people are like reacting, walking down the street.
So. Look at her.
That's so funny.
So it was funny. It was really well done. She put it together.
But yeah, you got to play into some of that stuff too. I mean, 14,000 views is not nothing.
I know.
And yeah, it's a little gimmick and whatever, but
Dexter was the only
one. You got to be a little gimmicky sometimes.
My problem is it's so cold. It's like, why can't they pick like June? It's so cold here.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like, my neighbors already think I'm weird enough.
Really?
So even if I'm just like out and like, faking it in a tube top or whatever, it still would be like, what the heck is she doing now?
Right.
They probably wouldn't be surprised though.
Yeah, my neighbors find me interesting sometimes too, because I'll be out there with a camera and a tripod and I'm out there doing stuff. What is that guy doing over there?
Like, oh, you again.
Yeah.
Actually,
right on. Cool. That's awesome.
Just make sure my daughter fed the cats, so we're good. No, I've embraced it. I've been weird. When I was in my late teens, we ran into a lady that we had known when I was young, and we were chatting. We went to lunch and whatever, and she turns to, and I was probably 18 or 19 at the time, and she started telling stories about me when I was little, and she's like, "You were the most unusual child." It was so well done. And welcome in Monica Katie. She just like slid right on in there. How are you doing?
Hi, Monica.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nightbot, because I used to do link and weather. Let me see if it woke up.
I enjoyed that, Mama. Thank you.
Nope.
Yeah, we just had spaghetti. Oh dear God, it was good.
They started to get worried, eh?
Yeah, I've had neighbors actually that have come by to check on me because they hadn't seen me outside. It actually happens.
Yeah.
When you get when people are just so used to seeing you doing things on a regular basis.
Like, where have you been?
Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while.
Well, that's the thing here, like in the wintertime, like we have a very, like our neighborhood is extremely friendly.
Yeah.
You know, we know like all the neighbors, right? Like it's a 5-minute walk to the park, but sometimes it takes me a half an hour because I have to stop and chat with everybody, you know, in the evenings when it's nice out. But then it like winter comes and it's like months, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, and it's funny because like the kids, you know, you haven't seen the kids since like October, and now you see them again in like April, and they've all like grown a foot and, you know, whatever. And one neighbor out of the house holding a baby.
Oh,
I didn't know she was pregnant.
Yes.
I hadn't seen her since the, you know, and then every time I saw her, she's just wearing a big coat and whatever. And then she comes out of the house, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, where did that come from? And she's like, oh yeah, I had a baby last month. I'm like,
what? Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of the case with winter though too. Is I kind of shut down too because I do so much throughout the year, but I have to have that break during the winter time. So that's when my neighbors definitely notice you're not out doing things. Yeah, it's freezing out. I'm not doing anything.
We have to go, right? And so like this week, you know, when the weather was nice, like we had a couple weeks ago, it was 59. And Friday and Saturday it was 59 degrees, like out of nowhere. And then on Sunday it dropped back to 29. So it was crazy. But those are the days like I'm out there and I'm getting out, you know, walking Dexter, and all of a sudden like everyone's outside and all the neighbors are out. We have a lot down at the other end of the street that smoke, so they're always outside. If the weather's nice, they're outside. So you say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
I miss that in the winter, you know, seeing everybody and all that. I don't know. Nicole's got chips. I don't know.
She's having a blast eating something.
She is. And I'm regretting having lunch so early because we kind of do the intermittent fasting thing. So it's usually I have breakfast and then we have like a big lunch around, and then that's it for the day. But we ate at like 12 because we only had fruit for breakfast because it's a holiday here, family day in Canada. And so we kind of, you know, I didn't make a big breakfast. Normally I make eggs and whatever every morning, but if we're not going to work, sometimes I've
been off my diet for a little while now, but I usually do the intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day I do for a while. And
I just loved how much
tough to do, but man, I feel so much better when I do.
Like you don't have to cook dinner. Like I make a big we'll eat a good meal. Like we eat good. Don't get me wrong, we eat good. But like it's at, you know, and I cook big, so we'll eat the same thing for like 3 days or whatever, right? And you have this big lunch because for work a lot of times we're home by around 2 or 3 and we work straight through lunch, big meal, and then that's it. And it's like your whole evening is open.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know how much time I wasted cooking and then cleaning and then sitting here eating and then washing the dishes? Like I have all this time to go on YouTube now, right? Like
yes. Priorities here. Come on.
Priorities. But no, it's just like, especially in the summertime, it's great. We're out. My daughter goes to the park. She doesn't come home till it's late. And I go, a lot of times we'll take Dexter and bring a picnic blanket or yoga mat. I'll go do yoga at the park. My friends and I were doing a lot of that before COVID. We would just meet up at the park and the kids would play and we would do yoga and stuff like that. So she's taunting us now. What a devil. I'm gonna have to drop her down.
We have new people in the chat. They haven't seen my giant burrito. Burrito.
See, now I want a giant burrito.
She's gonna be eating on that for days. Oh my god, that's enormous. And she's been eating a lot.
Is this one of this mukbang whatever video?
Mukbang, yeah.
It's delicious. It's very spicy though.
All I got is an orange peel.
That's lame.
An empty cup of coffee.
He's been eating too.
I need to fill this back up.
He's been eating too. Yeah, she's a tease.
You have no idea.
That's for darn sure. That looks amazing. Oh, I keep forgetting to post. I was going to post some Instagram pictures of my dosa.
I think I'm going to have to go get some Chipotle or something.
My dosa.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
Delicious. This is
Thanks for the inspiration.
El Burrito in Cleveland, Texas. Delicious.
El Burrito, the burrito, basically, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We used to have a place back home, and it was called, what was it? It was something similar to that. But we would get this steak burrito, and oh my God, I swore it weighed like 5 pounds.
Yes, just heavy.
Oh my God, it was so good. And then they had fresh homemade salsa. They would have like the salsa bar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It was a one-off, right? It wasn't a chain or anything. And oh my God, it was so good. Yeah, I miss that here. We don't have a lot of Mexican food here.
It's all we have in Texas.
I know.
Nothing else. No, I'm just kidding. Other
thing.
We have
the greatest part of Texas.
We literally have everything else.
The Mexican food.
Not Mexican food. There's just not a lot of Mexican. We have a lot of South American, Latin American. Like our neighbors, a couple of houses down there, or Nicaragua, as they say. Yeah. The first time we met them, we were like, "So where are you from?" They're like, "Nicaragua."
Nicaragua.
And we're like, "Huh? Pardon?" Yeah, so like our neighbors, like they're from Nicaragua. Both sides of me, I have neighbors from Trinidad. We got people from Jamaica, Guyana, Ghana. We have on our street is probably one of the most like culturally diverse streets in the world. Like I'm not kidding. We have people from basically every continent except for Australia and Antarctica. But we got a lot of Filipino, Vietnamese, Polish, Newfies. A lot of people from Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Martin.
Oh,
we have one lady.
What's the draw? It's so cold up there, though. A lot of the year.
Canada, Brampton is extremely culturally diverse. I think it as of the 2017 census, which is like we're probably several 100,000 people more than that now. It was, I think, something 73 to 75% visible minority. And there's something like 235 languages spoken here.
There you go. Tons of great cultural diversity.
Any food except for Mexican food. There's a very large Indian population here in Brampton, especially. I think it used to be, I don't know, but at one time it was the largest population of Sikh people were in Brampton.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of Punjab, there's a lot of Hindus, there's a lot of Muslims, and a lot of Buddhists. And at my daughter's school, Christian is definitely the farthest down on the list.
Lots of curries.
Oh, lots of curries.
Yum. Yeah.
And like the produce, like I can go when I go to the grocery stores, right? We have a couple of Asian grocery stores. I can get anything. Like I can get durian, I can get jackfruit, I can get kumquats, I can get Ginep, I can get anything.
I can't get no jackfruit anywhere. I've tried to talk
to they have
stores into
the whole jackfruit, which is like
get
this
something
big.
For me.
And then you can buy them cut. You can buy cut pieces of jackfruit with plastic wrap on them.
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy the whole big one.
Yeah, every time I go down to like Southern California or Vegas, I bring back a jackfruit with me because
there's different mustards.
Durian, Simmons.
Oh, durian. Can't do durian. Oh my gosh. Now, how have you guys eaten?
Smells awful.
Have all of you guys eaten or tried durian at all?
I've heard it smells like vomit.
I'm not one that likes how it tastes. No.
So I was at the Heirloom Exposition this last year, and Jer. So it's the end of the show. At the end of the exposition, they put up all of the display produce and stuff up for sale, and it all goes to their charity, the school gardens and all that stuff. And so everybody's getting all this stuff and they're buying all these things. So Jared goes around and grabs a couple of little specialty stuff, and he grabs one of the durian, and he gets like all of these, all of the speakers and people. A good friend of mine who has a channel called Wendyland, and she really loves durian. Like her favorite thing is, oh my God, I got to get this durian. So here they are. People are just surrounding this table. All these people are just excited about opening up this durian and getting into it. And I'd never seen one. I've just heard about it. I knew what to expect. I just hadn't seen it before.
No,
man, they cut that thing open, and it's literally like take a few steps back. Whoa, hello, oh my! But it was just, to me, is like the smell alone. I can't do it. everybody's just digging into it. They're just digging into it, eating it like crazy, and just loving it. And I'm like, I just don't get you guys. I don't get this at all.
No, one of my daughter's good friend, her mom's side is Vietnamese and the dad's side is Cantonese. And her mom, for her birthday, her favorite is durian.
Yeah.
Home with a piece of durian birthday cake.
It is literally one of the most awful things you'll ever smell.
And I was like, oh, I like all kinds of, like, I like stinky cheeses. I like unique foods. I like trying all these different things. And I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It was like literally like chewing on like rotten, dirty stuff.
Yeah. And the texture didn't look right either. I think I would have had more of a problem with the texture even.
It was so bad.
Custardy, right?
Because it's like, it's like a custard, slimy. Yeah.
But see, I've had like custard apple, and custard apple is delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. There
was it garlicky or oniony?
Yeah, it has a oniony, garlicky flavor to it. Is at least what they were saying. I didn't try it myself, but
so it's like, I know this is gross. If you impregnate it like old garlic with a fart or something.
Ugh, horrible.
It's terrible.
Horrible.
Well, there went my appetite. We're back on.
It's gone. Yeah.
I told you not to bring me up there.
I do not need.
It just amazes me how many like people who love this stuff love it.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean? They love it.
Weird. Like, and people's love and hates for things like cilantro. I mean, that's like down. Like you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah. I like cilantro to a level. You can definitely have too much cilantro.
I've never
I like cilantro, but I can't have too much.
Oh God, I love it. When I make salsa, it's like green.
That's all you're tasting in a salsa or something.
From the cilantro.
It's like having a fruit salad. Listen, real quick. It's like having a fruit salad, but some idiot decides to cut up grapefruit and drop it in there, and then leave it overnight, and then serve it to everybody. And you eat a strawberry, grapefruit, eat a grapefruit, eat apples, grapefruit.
Yeah. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my daughter, and they do the making the guacamole at the table.
Oh yeah.
But I just knew right when I saw that cilantro go in there, I was like, oh no. There's so much of it. They just dumped it in there, and even my daughter was like, "Oh, that's too much cilantro."
See, I don't like cilantro in my guacamole. I'm a purist when it comes to my guacamole. I don't want anything in it. So, and last year I went and I bought the molcajete. I was so excited. I finally got one. I got a good deal on it. I spent like days prepping this stupid thing. You have to literally because it's made out of. And so you put in, you start with garlic, you crush garlic in it with the tejote, and then you put in rice, and you literally grind and grind and grind the rice, and then dump it until you don't see any little bits of black coming off the from the volcanic rock, and it's smooth. And but oh my God, it makes the best guacamole. Like the flavor, it's so much better. Like I wouldn't have thought it was that much better than just crushing it. But the garlic, what it does to the garlic is amazing. You put a couple cloves of garlic in, a little bit of salt, and you grind it. And just the way it releases that flavor of the garlic in there, oh, it is so good. So it's just garlic, avocado, lemon or lime juice, and salt. That's how I like my guacamole. I want my salsa next to it. But I don't want the tomato and the salsa and the onion. I don't want that in the I'm a purist. I'm like that with my cheesecake too. Don't be blending crap in my cheesecake. No.
See, the purpose of Mexican food is that you can just throw it all together and just
I want my cheesecake plain, and then you can have toppings on the top, right? Like
that's why they roll it all together in a tortilla.
Don't. No.
Fine, Rochelle.
You just can't have your veggies mixed with the potatoes. You can't have
No, I'm not. No, I'm not that person. I mix my whole plate together, but I don't know. For some reason, I like the different. I like to be able to taste the different, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure.
I like to have a bite of this and then a bite of that, and I'll do it on the same chip. I'll do guac and then into the salsa. But I can still taste them separate. What?
Nothing. I love you. What I said.
Cover up.
Cheesesteaks. Oh God.
Cheesesteaks are delicious too.
I love cheesesteaks. And I love it when you can. When I always order a jus sauce for my cheesesteaks. The messier, the better.
That's the way to go. Nothing like dipping it in meat juice, right?
Oh God, yes. Dip it in there. I want it soggy. I want it dripping. Yeah.
Elderberry cheesecake. Who makes them?
Yummy.
Yeah.
Etsy at $90 a cake? No, too much.
No. Ew,
Elderberry
no.
cheesecake. $90.
$90.
But you know what? I bet my garden huckleberry jam on a cheesecake would be amazing.
Elderberries are going to get less expensive soon because they're getting more popular right now. A lot of people are starting to grow them.
Whenever elderberry wine, all I can think of is arsenic and old lace.
Oh.
And I have to remember that it's not actually poisonous, right? Yeah.
Right.
It was the arsenic, not the elderberry. That was poisonous. Yes. Oh gosh, that's an old movie. I haven't seen that in ages. Good old Cary Grant movie.
Oh wow.
Hey, I'm going to jump off and give my family a little privacy since this is a tiny home and they're all hanging on for the last 3 hours, looking at me like we need to walk around in underwear.
I should be getting.
Yeah, I got to get rolling myself.
It's not that kind of channel.
Is that time?
We got to let it.
I've seen one of you being on a live having that kind of a day. We got a sneak peek of the whole mountain range.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Oh my. I'll just drop you down. No.
Don't bring him up here again. All right. Thanks for having me up. And
you're right. Thanks so much for coming in. It was fun. Yeah. And go check him out. He's at 929. Show him some love. Go.
Yeah.
Go check out. Let me see if I can find your channel again. I'll drop the link, and then I will try to into the description. So if you miss someone and you want to know who the heck is that lady that won't stop eating, you want to follow her. Like, I don't know. Unfortunately, she doesn't eat on all of her videos. Just sometimes.
I don't, but I'm funny.
Follow me.
She is funny. There's a lot of wine drinking. I will warn you.
Wine, dogs, and jokes.
Wine,
right, later off, I'm out of here.
And jokes.
Bye.
Nicole, Michelle,
nice to see you there.
Later. Yep.
Later, Gator.
Bye.
Oh, my friend told me a horrible joke yesterday. She said, "You know how an alligator and a crocodile?"
Oh. What happened?
Well, the difference between an alligator and a crocodile.
I've heard this before. I know it. Oh, what is it?
Depends on whether you see one in a while or later.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly.
I was like, oh, that's bad.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
You're all welcome for that.
Don't
well, thank you. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Yes.
Better can't handle it. I gotta pace myself with the a dad joke. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for coming up, Enoch, and thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
Now you can send me my seeds finally.
Yeah.
We've been trying to plan this since December.
Literally.
I was like, look what a live surprise seeds I got and all that. So
we were supposed to go through my seeds to see what else you wanted, but I'm just gonna it's been
we can do another live, or you can just use your judgment.
I'm just gonna use my best judgment. I know your colors.
Your best judgment. You know me. You know my color scheme.
I know your color scheme. It's gonna be a surprise, and then you can do another seed haul.
And then we'll do a seed haul, and we'll do another live, and see who wants to come up then as well. So thanks so much, Enoch. Nicole.
Yes, you bet. Absolutely. Sure. It was great to meet you guys.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Johnny, for trying to come on up. I'm sorry for ignoring you, but thanks for dropping the links, and everyone else that's been in the chat. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
All right. Excellent.